a fine, fine day. Sunday. Sunday.
Good morning, Gearheads. It's Sunday, and that means podcasts need to be analyzed from the best in the biz. Go to blindmike.net for all of Blind Mike's links, including to shows like Why Are You Laughing? On today's show, Bryan Callen has had enough. Jeff Dye keeps digging. People don't think Russell Brand believes in fairy tales enough. Is Ari Shaffir a skank or not? Joe Rogan tries to figure it out. The battle between Lil Sass and Dude Perfect is heating up, and a fight on the Legion of Skanks podcast. All of this and more. And now, here's your host, a man who's learned if you work with a bunch of puppets, cartoons, and Kragerses, you look sane in comparison. Blind Mike Geary.
Whoa. Good to have Casey and Electra back. I'll get to them in a moment. If you guys don't mind giving me the floor for a second so I can speak on something that just happened to me right before the show that I just want to talk about, and then we'll get to our regular fun, where I got a phone call from an old friend of mine, first of our friend group to have kids years ago, and he had a child that was born with a rare blood disease where when he was born, they believed that he would have 6 months to live. That was essentially his death sentence. And the kid passed away within the last year at the age of 8. So far exceeding what any doctors said or anything, but obviously still very tragic. And, excuse me. And I was on the phone with this guy just this morning. He called me. We, as that stuff goes, you lose touch with people over the years, and so we don't get to talk as much as we used to. But he called me this morning, and we talked. And his perspective was honestly amazing because he's telling me that he's like, I got, excuse me. He's like, I got 8 years with this kid when I expected to get 6 months, and he's had other kids since then. And he's like, this experience is going to make me a better father to my other children. And it was really this moving thing. And then he takes a minute. I hear commotion in the background. And he takes a minute. And he says, he comes back to the phone. And he says, Mike, your producer is outside protesting my home.
I knew that was
What?
the most.
As he explained to me, that's within his rights. He told me, as long as he's on your sidewalk, it's all above board. So get over it, you baby.
It was the greatest 3-week Krager's run of my lifetime.
Oh my God, you had me crying there, and then it just got funny.
No, there is no friend. Don't worry, no kid died. It's all fine.
Oh my God, I literally was crying.
When I heard that last week, I dropped to my knees in laughter. I was washing dishes, and I go, what?
I've been thinking about it all week. I'm like, what did he, why was he so fixated on arguing that point? That you should be, we're Americans. Damn it, there's free speech. I should be able to go to a dead child's house and call the parents liars.
It's America, baby. I didn't.
Maybe legally, I guess you can, but why are you fighting for this?
I didn't think about it, Mike. I'm a man of action. I immediately grabbed a bunch of eggs and went to an Alzheimer's home and just egged the shit out of the place. Fuck you, forgetful old people.
Good.
Took it another level. Yeah.
Good. That's good to have Casey and Electra back.
They didn't know what was going on.
All right.
I called Joe Matarese and left a voicemail.
You scared him away, Electra. God damn it. I think a quick update on two people we cover, I guess, since Electra brought that up. Joe Matarese, we talked about his new podcast. By the way, Electra's room, it's giving me flashbacks of beef drippings. It's so loud where she is.
Is it?
I can hear her, but
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. But she reminded me that Joe Matarese, yeah, see, it's gone now. Joe Matarese deleted the clip we played of him promoting his podcast, The Road Back to Philly.
Oh, you bastard.
So we're not going to, it's sad, but we're not going to be part of the process of him moving, which it seems only right that there would be a podcast about that. But Joe deleted the post, which makes me think he's not going to do the podcast. There hasn't been an episode in 3 weeks, so we may have scared him off again, but what can you do?
Electra's tits can either scare you or entice you. One of the two.
Electra should only be seen, right? Number five, top 5, I hear. You're bragging to me about that.
Just call me number 5.
That's right. You should be, the audio should always be muted, just whether it's staticky or not, just for future reference.
She should have been top 3. They didn't do the throw out the low score and the high score, and there was some bastards in there. So
Number 1 in my.
Thank you so
and
much.
you were very nice about that on Dabbleverse. We both saw that. And we're like, hey, that's nice.
Hey, what can I tell you?
You can't see, and he called you beautiful. Aw.
The other update. That's true. You can take it with a grain of salt. The other update. I didn't feel worth an entire segment, but I did see Aaron Imholt said that he got a new job. There's some Minnesota To Catch a Predator type of show. You know how they all do that on YouTube now?
Yes.
Where they go up to retarded men on the street and they're like, "Are you a pervert? We got you."
Yes.
Well, there's one of those in Minnesota, I guess. And apparently Aaron said he's going to be there. Chris Hansen.
Oh, no.
Why don't you have a seat? So I don't know if that's true, but if so, I'm excited to watch it.
I can't. How do you work that into the goal? I can't wait to see the ways.
Give me a few dollars and we'll let you go.
Yeah. Few bucks to sit down.
Yeah, a few red boys or whatever he called.
20 to sneak out the back. I'll show you how. I'll show you how to avoid these cops.
Yeah, so so keep an eye on both those stories as they unfold here. But how have you two been? Casey, Electra, we've missed you.
We well-deserved break, I think, if I don't say so.
Any hot button issues you want to get out of the way now so we can move on? Protesting dead children. How are you going to top Craig?
I'm protesting sugar, Mike. I haven't eaten sugar now in like 6 weeks, so that's my protest.
All right, terrific.
I got a straight flush in a poker tournament with Tukey and a bunch of people from the Dabbleverse, and then I also lost my whole mind and yelled at Trucker Andy during that poker tournament. So
He deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah, he makes sense.
I might have called him a bitch.
Yeah. Well, so be it.
I apologize, though.
Is that
Well, she got number
all
5.
in on the Dabbleverse? Is that what that is?
It is, yes. I
Okay,
came
well,
in
go check
third.
that out on Trucker Andy's channel. Mm-hmm. And go to HackRideStudios.com to support these two. I saw you'll be live after this program today.
That's right. We've returned Unboxing Eric to its position behind you in the best position, drafting off a king for summertime, and then football, and then back to Wednesday nights. But yeah, summertime. Eric is here.
You think you'll be going that long?
Yes.
It's gonna go until mid 2027.
Holy shit.
So like 3 years it's going to take us to get through all of his calls, right?
Wow. That's
I
crazy.
really like. Give me a time machine, Bitcoin, or rethink that decision. I'm 50-50 right now. No, I love Eric, but yeah, it's a commitment. But we do have some super chats. Do you want to get to those real quick? Because one of them is from the great Louis J. Gomez.
My plan worked. We'll be talking.
It did.
Things. So I tagged him because I have some questions for this man. I don't get what he's pulling a bit on me, but let's hear his question.
All right, so $49.99. Thank you so much, Louis. There. Always a great show. Keep it up.
What a guy. I hope he sticks around. Maybe let's talk about that first.
Okay,
So,
move that.
in case Lewis has any comments on it.
Okay, no problem. Tim Heidecker, you sit down.
Yeah.
Ari, you sit down.
No, Ari too. That's what I want to talk about specifically. This Ari Shaffir
okay.
we've been covering for weeks now. and I'm the only one who seems worked up about it.
All right, we're all set, Mike. Whenever you want to get going.
All right, let's do it. So the Protect Our Parks guys were back on the Joe Rogan Experience, and Ari mentions his position on the Legion of Skanks again. And I need Lewis to confirm just for us. Is he actually the host? Because it seems like the most subtle bit you guys have ever done. I don't know if there's ever going to be a payoff for it. Otherwise, you would think there would be an announcement. But we got one comment when we talked about it last week. And someone said, "Don't you think he's doing it just to get you to talk about it?" And I said, I can't imagine that's the reason that they're doing this. But let's hear Ari on JRE the other day.
Me and Lewis got matching Legion of Skanks outfits.
Oh, you're on the team now.
Carpet. Yeah.
How's that
You're a
going?
member of the Legion of Skanks now. So does this
with Jay.
does this stop you from moving to UK?
By the way, what that was, the Big J. Okerson will be on the roast of Kevin Hart. And Ari and Lewis will be on the red carpet. So that's a huge opportunity for Jay. All right. We didn't get those with Craig. That's nice. So I'm excited for Jay because that should be, I imagine he will kill that, and that'll be a huge opportunity for him and the show and everything. So that's pretty cool.
Unfortunately, it does.
Good.
Yes, thank
good.
God.
Fuck those lines.
Not even unfortunately. It's a massive opportunity for me creatively. This is like a dream.
You've been going
Thank
long
God
enough.
for the fucking Mossad plant got out of there.
The Mossad couple.
So I was like, ooh. Yeah, maybe I'll stay.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, you have to. Fuck going to England.
Yeah,
dude. They were going to stab you anyway.
You left enough.
So it seems legitimate. It doesn't, like, if it's a bit, they're underplaying it very well, very subtly. So I like that. I also like, because he mentioned there that him and Lewis got suits or whatever to wear on the red carpet. I do think having Ari there, a big difference between having Dave there is that Ari will go along maybe to their detriment with every bit that Lewis comes up with, probably, as long as Ari likes it or is in on it. Like, I think Ari will go along with a lot more stuff, which could lead to a lot of fun. We'll hear why it could lead to disasters as well, as Shane will explain. But I don't know. I like it. They have a new theme song and everything. Like, so they're committed to the bit that Ari is the host. I just don't buy it. I just don't believe that he plans on being there long term. They would have announced it. There would have been some big thing.
Well, Mike, go ahead, Electra.
Luis J. Gomez in chat says 100% he's new third chair.
All right, breaking news here on the Blind Mike Project.
I'm curious, though, because Lewis is a showman. I would think there'd be pomp and circumstance around this.
I just did a drum roll.
That's true. That was
Thank
big.
you.
That was big stuff.
It was. But
So,
sorry
yeah,
to interrupt, but
I'm curious why they played it this way. It's funny because it vexes me. I just don't know how many people have the same reaction as I do.
Tied Down is the next one.
Yeah, so like this is what I mean. It seemed like he's legitimately he was supposed to move to England, and it seems like that is not happening. I do like the way Ari talks about it. I don't think Ari gets enough credit for being creative and like art for. I really think he looks at a lot of things as art, and I think if this is real, that he looks at the Legion of Skanks as an opportunity to create cool stuff, and that's why he's putting off his move to England, I suppose.
All right.
England.
Yeah, anyway.
You're better off.
Yeah, you're better off. I think it's good. It's divine intervention.
Well, nothing's better off than Skanks.
Yeah.
There you go. What is it? 15
Perfect for
years
you.
running?
Yeah,
This is perfect for you, Ari.
it's my show.
England's not perfect for
Vice
you.
President?
Although it's weird seeing you tied down to something.
Yeah, it is.
I've never seen
Yeah,
you
you're going to
commit.
abandon.
That's what I think too. Like he's gonna just one day he's not gonna be there, and then it'll be like like they'll end the Real Ass podcast and it'll be Zach or something. I would imagine. I don't know what it will be that will satisfy fans because I think people would be very excited for Ari. I'm curious what the feedback has been so far. But then Shane mentioned something that did worry me about having Ari there because, like I said, Ari will go along with a lot of Lewis's bits, and Lewis is a great idea guy, a genius. I'm not just saying that because he's here, but he has a few duds along the way as well, as I think Shane's about to explain.
Before the sickness, Mike, we have another chat here from Lewis. At first, it was a bit.
Okay.
We just acted like he was always there. Then he asked if he could stay, so we just moved on.
Okay, I like that. Then that sort of makes sense. All right, because people told me I was a fucking idiot for believing this last week, and I was like, no, he wouldn't still be there. It's too long. It's too long of a bit. So that makes sense. Now I'm finally satiated. Thank you, Lewis.
All right, let's get down with the sickness.
This is by the way, I listen to so many podcasts that I'm like, oh, I never heard this story before, and then I convinced myself that maybe I did hear it. And I've forgotten about it, so I don't. Maybe this is a story that I did know, but I didn't remember it. So Shane tells a story about a bit they wanted to do during COVID with Ari.
I'm Vance.
Underrated something that happened in COVID is Shane. We're making a.
You guys were making the
was so
biggest
mad.
mistake comedically.
I
It
was so mad.
gay.
There was a video going around of all these stars singing some Beatles song.
Like
Oh
imagine,
yeah. Imagine there's no heaven.
So
Ooh,
Lewis's
yeah, that was
idea
rough.
was like, let's do something making fun of it. We'll all sing a
it
song.
was,
Down
let's
with
all
the sickness.
sing Down with the Sickness, and we'll make a video. And I was like, I'll edit it.
So we just got to sing
But
a
you guys-
verse,
but I need every single one of you to sing the full song.
and I can choose.
And then I'll pick.
Yeah.
And then I just have a full video of every single one of these dumbasses singing that song. And I was like, first off, the idea was not funny. That is gay. I will not
I
be
was
a part
doing
of
it
that.
as a favor to Lewis. I was like, if you think this is good. And then Shane called me and goes, how bad will your retaliation be if I release your video?
Part of the problem is, ironically, that Dave would just be like, I'm not doing this bit if he didn't like it. Ari's like, let's see where it goes, which I don't know if that's good for Lewis to have no rules, to have no parental guidance after school. This could be dangerous.
I was like, dude.
I didn't put anyone's videos
I was
out.
like, bro, as
You
a,
have
as
them
a
right
comedian,
now?
I got 'em.
Send it to
as a
J-Mo.
comedian, you
Jamie.
should do it. I will scorch the earth to get
Send
back
Ari's to Jamie right now.
Yep, I'll find them.
Do you have it categorized? Do you have it in a
see,
folder?
I kept trying to it was hard to make sure they did it seriously. So I was like, no, don't fuck around. It'll be funnier if you guys are really singing as
What
the
a
best
cat.
you can. You fucked around in yours,
I did? Oh, thank God.
but it's still a horrific
It's
and embarrassing
awful.
video.
That whole thing
I
was
wouldn't
so
even do
weird.
karaoke.
Imagine there's no heaven while Granny just died of COVID.
Joe Rogan always putting the brakes right on a fun bit.
Biscontied us right there.
Protect Our Parks is so interesting because it's the three of them riffing and having fun. And Joe, I don't know if he's not getting it or doesn't care, but he's like, I totally get what you guys mean. COVID, right? And it's like, well, that's not exactly what they were talking about.
Bad bit is the next one here.
Yeah, this is more of Shane describing what exactly they were doing.
Everybody was trying to be silly, but the bit sucked so bad.
So bad.
I was so happy when you guys were doing it. I was at
True
stand
Lewis or Shane exaggerating? Let us know. He could be a liar, this guy. Shane's never in our chat, so fuck him, you know?
when this was going on.
Oh my
I
God.
didn't even get the bit.
I was
Dude,
just
you
drunk and standing up. I was
killed
like,
us.
you guys suck.
You killed us.
Me and Stanhope were hammered.
You
I was like,
killed
look how much
us.
these dudes suck. That shit blew, dude. I can't believe you guys did
How
that.
much you got left in there?
It's such a weird
It's
thing when
empty.
people decide to do things to make themselves look.
I like that Joe again doesn't get it. Joe's still on fucking Gal Gadot. And they're like, that's not
Yeah.
what we're talking about, Joe.
It's like pyramids are weird, right? Right, guys?
But yeah, Ari's part of the gang now. I guess it's official. You got the scoop here, folks. We've been wondering. People asked for an update, and Lewis gave it to us. Is he duping me? I don't know, but I'm just too tired. I'll believe it now. And then in 3 months they'll be like, "We got you," and I'm like, God, "No, you didn't."
Mike, let's get to some
super chats.
All right, we have more Legion of Skanks coverage because Louis J. Gomez running his own Dabbleverse, by the way. If you're still here, Louis, explain to me how what we're about to play is different than the Dabbleverse. You have a troll and a comedian nobody knows going at each other. It's the Dabbleverse.
They have
Luis J.
less
Gomez
neck
says
beards.
never. He says never in chat.
All right.
And Backdoor Benji coming in with $4.99. Congrats to Electra, top 10 Dabbleverse lady.
Top 5.
Top 5 even, yeah.
Yeah.
Would
I
have
was-
been should be top 2.
Ray DeVito, the gummy smoker. Rights are like eyes. If you don't use them, you lose them.
Yeah. Craig had some very that is true, I guess. You know, Craig is fighting for the speech that is that no one wants to protect. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yep. He's the Larry Flint of our generation, Mike.
He really is. In a lot of ways.
We miss you, Craigers. Oh, what a run.
And Keith Richards, Liver 69. Face Off, The Rock, or Con Air? Answer immediately.
I don't. None of are my speed really. Face Off, I'll go with.
That's Con Air.
Con Air.
All right, fine. I'll agree with you. All right, can we move on?
Nope, not yet.
Colostomy Stephen Craig with $4.99. Mike celebrating the big guy's birthday on 420, and Craig picketing parents' houses. Talk about shock jockery.
420.
That was a couple weeks ago. 420, the date. I don't know.
I don't know the reference.
I don't get it either. Maybe I would if I wasn't 6 in the morning when I woke up here. Go ahead, Electra.
So Haiti, thanks to Craig, that kid got to experience love.
He did. He really did.
And again, thank you to Louis J. Gomez for the $49.99. Always a great show. Keep it up. We read that one. And a few more here, Mike, and then we'll get back to Skanks.
Hurry up.
Colostomy Stephen Craig again. Imagine the Steel Toe Craig crossover episode of To Catch a Predator.
That would be.
Why don't you sit down?
It writes itself. Last one.
And Dawn Fried Chicken. Craig is a lover and protector of children.
Oh, yes,
Yep.
he is. So,
Which made his appeal so strange that they should be protesting. I guess he's so sad once they go. You know,
he identified a market inefficiency, Mike. Not enough people are protesting dead children's houses.
That's true. I mean, sure. That's I don't know about enough, but there aren't a lot doing it. I guess that's right.
Warren Buffett would have loved this idea 30 years ago. He saw a crack, he wedged his way in.
All right. Should we talk a little more about Legion of Skanks here?
What Jose did, or Josie did, is the first one.
Yeah, I don't think it's Jose. So let me set this up a little bit. The Legion of Skanks, vintage Legion of Skanks episode this week, by the way. Lev Fur and Tristan Bowling. Tim Dillon bailed, and it was still, I think, a great episode. So check it out. But at the end of the episode, they bring on a couple of women. One who is a comedian, Josie Marcelino, who opens for Big J. I think opens for Lewis as well. I've heard her on the old, like Lewis and Zach and the old Real Ass podcast. I've seen her on Story Wars. So I know of her a little bit. And they also bring on this woman, Erin, who I don't know at all. It seems like she's just a fan of the show, who goes to the live shows at the stand a little bit. So like I said, essentially a Dabbleverse feud. Lewis says he's so above, apparently. But that's basically what it is. And Lewis, great radio instincts, brought them in to have it out on air because Erin has been trolling Josie and called her basically fat and ugly in the comment sections. And they were Josie was kind of like, "Hey, you know me? Like, what? We've met each other. What the fuck is this?" So this is what Josie did to inspire that hatred. And the reason I wanted to play these clips is because I think there's a lot to mock about Josie. I think she kind of made a fool of herself on a podcast, like in a way that we would make fun of. But you'll watch this Erin woman take this too seriously. And I think it's a lesson for some of you out there, the vast minority, but some of you out there that take this stuff too seriously in real life. I wanted to paint a picture of this is what you look like is this woman, Erin. So let's hear what Josie did first.
Josie, defend yourself here. So she's upset because this was during your debate with that guy
Andrew Wilson. Shout out Crucible Crew.
So Josie was debating this guy and was talking about selling out comedy shows.
Yeah.
And Josie, she might have done a little bit of fucking sidestepping. She didn't sell out a show. She was opening for Big J, which was a sold out
Hold
show.
on.
So
that's
what?
not a little bit at all. That's massive.
No, that was huge.
It's shit we honestly make fun of. It's we make fun of when way bigger people do it. We make fun of it.
Yeah.
So obviously,
what was the exact wording though? How did she say it?
Oh,
me and this guy headlined a place.
What did you say, Josie?
No, basically what happened was
What had happened was
during this debate, I was stoned out of my mind and I panicked, and then I just started lying about funny, random shit. I said that I had been to war zones. I stole valor. I don't know why. I just did.
She's been to war zones, guys. She's a fired 90-Day Fiancé producer.
Also, it is cool.
I wasn't fired.
It's cool.
Not what I heard.
It's cool to steal valor. Let's be honest.
So she did a very mockable thing. This Andrew Wilson seems to be kind of in the mold of Charlie Kirk, like a debate me bro type of guy. This is the first thing I ever watched of his. I went and watched, because we would be talking about this today, her appearance with Andrew Wilson. And Josie seemed in way over her head. This guy, love him, hate him, I don't know much about him, but seems skilled at debating. And Josie does not at all. And so the halfway through, she panics and she's just like, I've been to war zones. There she kind of paints the picture of, I was joking, but it doesn't come off that way in the thing. And then at the end, he kind of mocks her ticket sales. He's like, I'm talking to a real audience. What do you know about, having influence on these people? And she said, I sell out shows. And he goes, do you open for people that sell out shows? Or do you sell out shows? And she goes, both, which is not true. She was kind of taking credit for opening for Big J in front of sold out shows. Something we would mock on the podcast, but nothing egregious. She was in over her head, and it seems like she's a young enough comedian that I don't think she's really found her personality. At least that's my judgment of her from the little I've listened to her. Not a death sentence, not an egregious crime, just like a mockable thing. And I think we're about to hear Aaron take it much too seriously. And this is what I mean, where there is a very fine line. Have fun mocking people, laughing at them, even fucking around in the comments. But if you get angry, I never understand people that get seriously angry. Because I always say about Brendan Schaub or whoever, at the end of the day, I'm a fan of these guys, not for the reason that they want, but they make me laugh by how ridiculous they are. Aaron is a person who seems to be taking it much too seriously. And I'm glad the Legion of Skanks did this, because it does expose that to a degree.
Immediately after that happened, I then went on 3 podcasts, and I was like, isn't that fucking crazy? I don't even know what came over me. I just started randomly lying about shit.
Josie,
I owned
let
up
me
to
just
that
give you a piece of advice
immediately.
here right now. You're on the defensive. You got to start attacking back. I got to be honest
I
with you.
feel bad because I think she's slow, and I don't want to...
Josie just asked me off microphone.
I think
She
I'm
goes,
keeping up just fine, don't you guys?
off microphone. That's hilarious.
No one clapped.
This is right. Well, people who are in the chat and the Skanks have a relationship with their audience where they'll go out and smoke with people outside the comedy club. Skankfest is obviously this big friendly party atmosphere. So they have a relationship with their audience that kind of makes some people feel like they're on the same level. So it's great when there's a moment of who's with me? And everyone's like, shut up.
Yeah, that was...
We're here for these guys, not you.
Wrong crowd, lady.
Let me hear that again.
Yeah, that's a classic right there.
Off
I
microphone.
think
She
I'm
goes,
keeping up just fine, don't you guys?
off microphone. That's hilarious.
No one clapped.
I thought there was an edit. They took out the laugh and cheer because there's none. It's quiet.
Don't you guys? What do you say?
Boo. Fat bitch. It's the Skanks. What are you doing?
That's fucking really funny. That's fucking.
Just
That's
take a
really,
moment,
really funny.
Take a moment. Let that silence happen
Yeah.
for a moment.
Can I hear it in the back? He's like, guys, quiet down.
Just the people in the back now.
Tristan and Lev, by the way, were great. I know Tim Dillon was supposed to be on the episode, and last minute they had to substitute Lev Fur and Tristan Bowling. They were both great on the episode. And Lev Fur, hell of a week. Got mentioned on Rogan. Had a great appearance on Skanks. And I watched his new comedy special. I reviewed it on Patreon. It was great. It was very good. A very funny half hour. I was worried. I saw it was clips edited together, but I think there's some meta joke that builds, and all the jokes in it are very funny. So go check out Lev Fur. He was good on this episode.
2-syllable name people have an advantage, Mike. Ask Dat.
Is that right? Well, yeah, that's true.
You just get through their name so fast. You get so many other things. All right, aggression is the next one.
So this is what I'm talking about, where it's she comes in, Aaron comes in, not having a good time at all. And my advice to any of you out there, any of you trolls, if you're in this position, just have a little fun with it. A little levity is all. Don't take it so seriously.
So you said there was multiple things that you don't like about her. Good.
Also, just the way that you completely misrepresented and lied about both Andrew Wilson and Brian Atlas. I've been on Whatever as well. They treat you really good on that fucking show. They actually treat you good. You bought into the rage bait to try to get attention, and you lied about everything that happened on that show.
Wait,
Brian was good to you. He paid for you to go out there.
No, he didn't.
Bullshit. He paid your flight.
No, he didn't.
He covered you, and you whined the whole time, even though you agreed to do it. Before you go on the show, they tell you how long it takes, and you lied and claimed that wasn't true. Then you sat there, and you said you were going to debate Andrew. I said, all you have to do is be respectful, and it'll go okay. And you said you would rather get bukkakied by the entire Gas Digital staff than respect him.
I've never said anything like that.
That's loyalty.
Point Josie. 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 Josie.
Which, I mean, congratulations. We know that's already happened.
The Skanks did a great job of also, making it like a Jerry Springer type of atmosphere, but also keeping it fun, because, like I said, the girls did not particularly have a fun time with this, particularly Aaron.
All internet beefs should be handled like this. This is where they should all go to end. Or
Legion of Skanks, it's perfect to have the live audience there, the way they do their show, because I do think it adds an element, like you feel like something's happening. It adds a buzz. I've always liked that element.
If in the same room, same people, you have on one side John and the other side Shitware, I am tuning in, baby. I'm tuning in for that.
Sure.
So you live in your dreams.
The entire staff?
I'm a good time girl.
Josephine! I've eaten your brownies and lasagna.
Do you guys need an intern?
Yeah, so like, she's very, like, Aaron is very angry, and angry like someone who is involved in it. When it seems like she's just a fan of Andrew Wilson, and I guess has been invited into the studio or something, but it doesn't seem like she has a real relationship with them. And it reminded me of when, like, if we make fun of, whoever, Bert Kreischer or Tom Segura or any of these people, like, we'll laugh at them, have a good time, and make fun of them. And then there'll be people in the comments like, yeah, they're pieces of shit. Their families should leave them. They should lose everything. And it's like, well, take it back a little bit. Don't be why are you so angry about this? Like, who really gives a fuck?
Have you ever...
They're standing for something that doesn't exist, it feels like.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever watched the Wilson show, the Whatever podcast? Have you ever watched that?
No, unless it was the episode that Josie was on. Josie basically called out Andrew Wilson as a grifter, and she was on whatever show he does. I don't know that it was Whatever. It might be a different show that he does.
Okay.
And they debate, and she seemed in way over. Like, this guy ran circles around her.
That Whatever podcast, I'm like, oh, this is stupid. And then like 2 hours later, I'm like, why am I still watching clips of this thing? It is fucking hilarious.
Well, they described it, Tristan Bowling on this episode described it as like he just has porn stars on or OnlyFans girls on and berates them. Is that basically the gist of it?
A round table of random women. Like, it's a lot of porn stars, but there could just be rando, club hoes there. And then mothers, like, it's random. But then he goes around the room and he's like, rate yourself, face, body, go. It is just...
That comes up on... So yeah, I guess Aaron was on that podcast, evidently.
Oh, it's hilarious. All right, Aaron's comment is the next one.
Yeah.
Let me, because this is great, but you seem like you really care, but it's not like a personal thing. You're just kind of watching her from afar, and you're going like, it's almost like you're taking advantage of everything that I've worked for all these years.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to describe. It's that level of anger. Like, how dare you do this to me? Like, you're taking personal umbrage with something you have nothing to do with.
It's like she stole her lunch at work. She never forgot about it.
Right. Like, if someone said whatever she's accusing Josie of, if someone did that to me, I would be that mad about it. But if someone did it to the Are You Garbage guys, like a podcast I listen to, I can't imagine getting that worked up over it.
So you were like, I don't like this bitch, and then you go, here she is in a picture. I think I'm gonna fucking go after her right now.
Yeah, it was
still
so
did nothing
funny.
to you.
She like sent a message to me that was like, did you say something mean about me? And I ignored it. And then she commented like 4 hours later, why are you still thinking about it? I'm not thinking about you. Bergdorf Goodman's does not think about Kmart, sweetie.
I don't know either of those stories because I'm not 100 years old.
Also,
She thought that was the look on her face. Mike told me she thought that was going to hit a lot harder than it did.
Every attempt Aaron made at being funny was like, "Am I right, boys?" And everyone was like, "No."
That's a rough spot.
And also,
everything off of your Amazon wish list.
You initiated this, so clearly you do think about me.
I made an aside on how many people here comment on posts at times?
by the way, I love.
Like,
I mean,
I did.
Lewis saved her because he knows everyone's going to be like, "Oh, look at Lewis's Twitter," I guess. But even like Lewis, we talked about that with Lewis, where if you read Lewis's Twitter, he seems crazy. He seems like a man unraveling. And then you hear him talk about that situation. He's like, I was fucking around. I was drinking on a plane and I had nothing to do. So like, that is how you handle it. Even if you're intense during the argument online, like bringing that same energy and giving yourself no wiggle room, because Josie is mockable here. Even there, you hear where Josie messaged her and was like, "Why are you saying this about me?" That's like being overly sensitive. So Josie was in a position that everyone could have mocked her, but Aaron Aaron represented what I don't think a lot of trolls are inherently, but how people think of them. Does that make sense?
It does, and how they look.
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
Guys, you do. You do.
All right. Truly mad is the next one.
Yeah. Well, there's more of what I was talking about, where it's why is she so upset?
Respond to this, Josie.
I don't even know how to respond to this. You're getting mad over like guys that you don't really know, who I don't really know.
no,
Like, this
the
is so
thing
weird.
that I am truly mad about is saying that you sold out a weekend. You know, everybody here who's an actual comic knows how hard it is to put that work in and to actually do that thing. And for you to try and jump ahead and bullshit.
Here's the problem. She was opening for Big J. He's not mad about it.
No. He would be the one, wouldn't?
Just step in. Jay, don't worry. I'm mad enough for the both of us.
Yes, I got it.
Reaction.
I got this one covered, Jay.
Shit about
3/5 of us can't sell out a weekend.
A whole weekend's
Josie
tough.
can.
A whole weekend's actually.
A whole
pretty
weekend is
difficult.
crazy.
That's like call Thursday too.
If I sell out two shows, I'm pretty happy.
Friday and Saturday, I'm
Friday
doing
and Saturday
all right,
sold
but
out, 4 shows.
Thursday
That's
and
difficult.
a Thursday.
Is the room 12 people?
So the actual comics are like, who gives a fuck? And to Ari's point earlier, if Aaron wasn't on there, if they just brought Josie on to answer for her crimes, they'd all be making fun of her. Like, it was a mockable thing that she did. And Aaron saved her by just being completely unlikable.
She's like, the lowest in the room always gets it in a comedy room. And she walked in and was the lowest, damn you.
Yeah.
All right. Why she's mad.
All right. I guess she's going to explain.
Take it kind of serious here for a second. Why do you care?
Because, okay, people can shit on me. You can talk about my looks. You can claim I'm not intelligent. But the thing
Why would we do that?
But the thing is,
I didn't even say that part.
Anybody here who knows me, people that have known me, know that the day that I am, the day you meet me, is the day I am 5 years later. I'm not a liar. So it's just trashy to be a fucking liar.
Wow.
Okay.
I just.
I don't know if that picks up on air. Someone in the background yelled, "Who are you?"
Yes. Not a liar.
On this stage when you aren't.
Dude, also, the "Who are you" was so piercing. That was so good. That literally was like, she doesn't even go here.
So even the audience, she's like, "We are mad about this because you've offended us." And even the audience is like, "Who the fuck are you, lady? Why are you speaking for all of us?"
And then they all laugh at her, and she joins in. She's laughing harder than anyone, and so she's really
Good. That's good that I will say that it seemed like she was a good sport overall.
God,
She never lightened up on her hatred of Josie, but I do think like they were ripping into her looks and her body and all that, and she was a good sport about it. So I'll give her that. That's important. If she was super sensitive, then that's crazy. So at least she wasn't like, "Hey, you guys can't make fun of me. I get to make fun of Josie," but that's it.
Right, you gotta be able to laugh at yourself if you're gonna lose your whole mind.
Yeah, which she was to a degree. To be fair, she rated herself an 8 face, I think, which
Okay.
I've seen people dispute.
Jesus Christ. That's why that show is great, by the way. The distortion that people have about their looks is fantastic. But, all right, this next one's called 8.
Oh, that's exactly what we're talking about. So she rated herself an 8 face, and the boys had some questions about that.
I've just been informed. I haven't seen your whatever episode, but you called yourself an 8 on the podcast?
A 6. Yeah. A 6.
No. To be fair, I watched it and shared it with everyone. And now you.
Okay.
And I was the one that sent it to Lewis.
Lev sent it to me, then I sent it to everybody that I've ever met in my entire life. They on the whatever podcast, they go around and they ask the girls to rate themselves. They say face, body, and then an overall score. So Erin said
3
face,
bodies.
2, 2, 9.
8. She said face 8, body 3.
No, she was talking like a cave person. Face 8. Face 8 food.
Were you saying that?
Wait, isn't it?
Were you?
It's pretty good.
Brilliant joke.
It's kind of a Norman joke, but I like it.
Saying that
I don't think we have it, but later she goes, well, I give my body a 6, and Tristan goes, your body makes me 6.
Oh, damn.
Some good lines on this episode.
Animal 8
She is a good sport. You got to give her that, you know. That's
your face.
So no, you're not allowed.
We stepped on it. Sorry.
no problem.
The man's here, for God's sake.
Yes.
Food. Were you saying that?
Wait,
were you saying that an animal ate your face?
So
no,
you're not allowed to say 7, and I ended up changing it to 6. I did change it to 6. I do well.
All right, first and foremost,
You
6,
can-
7, but also.
Crushes it. Crushes it.
But also, I mean, like on the Richter scale, in what world?
Damn. God damn.
Yeah. But again, to her credit, good sport. She came in, called Josie a fat pig, and she took it when it came her way. So,
Mike, face, body, overall. Give yourself a score. Go ahead.
me, 0s. I'm not playing this game.
That's how I'd play it too.
I'm not playing
Although
either. Terrible.
body 9. Body 9. Here we go. Great point.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this is what I was saying, where the girls didn't really handle this well. The guys were doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and so the newest member of Legion of Skanks makes, I think, a sage point here.
Wow. Can I tell you an observation real quick?
Please.
Yes.
It's interesting in life when there's two things that are opposing that come together. You see which one is more powerful. Let's say a left wing and a right wing person date. One of them will win out. So you have two facts as I see it. One is that fights are interesting, and then two, it's that women are boring.
I don't have any.
And these two things, they come together, and you're like, but even a boring gender would make a fight.
There was a lot of Josie. Josie had the opportunity to just finish this lady off, and they kept saying, like, respond to Erin. And she was like, I don't want to be mean, but it felt more like she didn't really have a great line. So it was tough. They were trying to make some magic happen. And like I said, I think they did, but they were trying to get the girls to do something, and it never really took place until we finally got a challenge at the end.
Mike, I'm sorry. I have to. This is maybe the funniest. It didn't show up yet, but there it is. So Haiti, SEK $20, face 7, I 0.
That's true. I have two of them. as far as function, they are.
Fight is this next one here. That's very funny. So.
So this is what I was talking about, where there's finally we got something out of this that I don't know why with these people, and by these people I mean LOLCOWs. Why does it always resort to this? Why does it always come to, well, you made fun of me, I can't really make fun of you, so let's get into a boxing ring. What do you say? So let's hear this.
Dude, fuck off.
Because I could physically fight back and it would have been I could have physically fought back and it would have been winning one fight, or I could get shit involved and ruin your life and that'd be more fun.
Wait, do you want to fight at Skankfest?
No.
hang on. But if we do that, then Tristan won't see it.
You guys want to fight at Joke World Fest?
Are you guys doing an ultra heavyweight? About there's a no cap fight.
There was
the fight of the century at Skankfest 10 on the last day of the Mayan calendar.
This is a challenge that has been issued to you, Aaron. This is your way to go to Skankfest for free. This is a fucking great opportunity.
Oh shit! You'll be the one.
Would you?
Only one person
flight,
won't be.
Do you accept the challenge that Josie is putting on the table
Wait,
for you?
To
You're going to cover my flight and my Airbnb?
I'm not getting you 2 seats on the flight. That's insane. That's insane.
Nuts. No, Southwest, they fucking.
Wait, then how are you flying left?
We can get a sponsor.
Airbnb? That was an insane ask. Nobody gets an Airbnb.
Hey, Louis, will you cover that for me too? I know you gave me tickets, but I'd love a place to stay.
Mike, I'm worried now he's going to have you fight someone. Damn it. We didn't think about that.
You'll stay at the homeless shelter like you always do.
So Aaron kind of poo-poos the idea of it, even after challenge. She just said, like, physically I'd dominate you to Josie. And Josie's like, how about we fight? And she's like, well, no. No, I'm not gonna do that. But eventually the room convinces her, sort of.
Yeah, they're not interested in the fight.
Yeah, so she wasn't interested at first. I think we'll hear that.
Once a year.
So you're saying straight up, no, you're not interested in boxing Josie at Skankfest.
I'm sorry. No, I'm just not. No. I'm sorry. Listen.
Please. Shouldn't have to. Mm-mm. You know, like if Brendan Schaub was like, hey, fight me, I'd be like, of course not. What are you, crazy? I'd lose. But Aaron started this by saying, physically, I'd fucking throttle you. And Josie said, all right, challenge accepted. And she's like, well, I'm above that. That's ridiculous.
Can I suggest, if Lewis is still listening, a bikini contest? I think you get the same excitement.
Someone, I forget who suggested it, but someone said paper bag fight, where they have paper bags in their head.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
How about Blind Mike versus Tukey at Skankfest?
Lewis
just posted that in chat.
Fucking hilarious. Now I could just Mike swinging around and a puppet just avoiding it. That is hilarious. That is good comedy.
The man has good ideas.
Should be a comedian.
Hold on. Guys, I'm sorry. We got
I respect Skankfest. I respect what you guys built. I'm not somebody who gets in a boxing ring for entertainment and boxes people.
What about both?
Then why does your face look so beat up?
Also,
Lev, you've seen you, right?
Also, I'm just saying we can settle this at Naked Roast. Really, sincerely.
We're canceling Naked Roast.
That I would do.
We can settle this at Naked Roast. We can
That's
do
it.
this.
Skankfest is canceled. We're not doing it. Shut up. We're out of here. Fuck this.
Aaron.
Is that not the event?
I can't believe you're turning that. That's crazy.
If Aaron
Hold
is
on, you know what?
sorry,
Hold on.
yeah.
If Jay and Ari agree, we'll pay for your flight. Legion of Skanks will pay for your flight. Not hotel. Fuck that. I'm not paying for a hotel too. That's insane. We'll pay for your flight.
Hold on. First of all, give me a second.
It's doing Jewish arithmetic in his brain right now.
Yeah.
How much are 3 seats on a Spirit Airlines?
Are there any big sporting events?
Just before we get too far away from it, Tristan's saying, like, we'll do Naked Roast or something. Like, it is funny. The comedians are always like, I shouldn't say always. The people that we cover are always like, well, then let's fight. It's never any sort of comedic, like they don't cut them down with their wit. It's never, let's have a battle of words. It's always, well, then fist fight me outside, motherfucker. Yeah. And that's just when you know you've lost the argument.
Mike, you don't remember when Carlin fought Pryor in 72? It was amazing.
Dice and Kinnison boxed each other.
Well, that one's probably more realistic, actually.
It would be fun to watch. I'm not lying.
It would be. It would be. Who would Seinfeld take on? Oh, that'd be great. Woody Allen versus Seinfeld.
Seinfeld famously despises Bobcat Goldthwait. They had to edit out him talking shit about Bobcat Goldthwait for some reason.
Just the sounds in that match. Be amazing. Anyway, here we go.
Vince, that year, are the prices going to be higher than normal, or is it just Skankfest there that week?
Forget Ari.
We'll take care of it. We'll take care of it.
For sure, we'll take care of you.
But what if she shows up and goes to the vest and doesn't do the fight?
I'll fight her. I'll beat the
I
shit out of
wouldn't
her.
do that. Again, we already established I'm not the one who's a liar.
That's
would,
fair.
if I'm gonna do something, I'll
You
do
know
it.
what? You know what? You know what? Just to shut you up, I will go in with these guys for a flight. For a flight. For a flight.
Boy, Ari, in with the bit as always. Ari pushing it along. What's the next one?
Good instinct.
Yeah, so very smart by Lev. Eventually, they do convince her. She's like, all right, I'll do it. And then Lev sees something because it's how many people who talk tough end up backing out at those last minute. We've seen this many times in our world. And so Lev has the smart instinct here to confirm that she will be there. And it's another funny moment of her thinking she's a little above the status that she's actually at.
Well, listen,
All right, can we just say, let's add a stipulation, because I'm worried about Aaron backing out. If you show up
I'm
and
worried.
you don't do the fight, you can never come to a Legion of Skanks
I love
event
that.
for the rest of
Great
time.
energy.
You can never...
She has a pained look on her face, Mike. You can't
It's a
see it.
smart instinct because there has to be some way to ensure she actually shows up. This is not if she loses. It's not a loser leaves town thing. It's just like, hey, you said you'll do it, so now you actually have to show up.
She looks like she's pooping, Mike, right now. That's the look on her face. She's confused. She's constipated.
Energy.
Come to this show, and you are banned from the stand.
I'm not banned from
You're
the
gonna have to
stand.
move
You
to
don't
Santa
have that
Barbara
power.
and
You
hang
barely
back
have
out.
God.
Hold on. Joe Harari.
wanna
Joe
hear it.
Harari.
Where's Joe
Right, we'll
Harari?
get you
Where's
banned
my
right now.
dog?
Get Joe Harari.
Joe would not do that. Nice
Yes,
try.
get Joe Harari. Get Joe Harari. No, yes.
So she keeps saying, hey, this is my family here. Joe Harari is the manager of the stand or runs it. She's like, these people wouldn't do that. These are my brothers. I'm beloved here. I think they said she does comedy. I don't know if it's at an open mic level or what, but she's at the Skanks every week, evidently. So like she feels like she's part of the family there. And it's again her putting herself above where she is, much like she was when she said to the audience, like, who's with me, guys? This is a very similar moment.
Yes, we will. Yes, he will.
Get me Joe. I
Joe will
promise
agree.
you.
Joe will.
Just Mondays.
If I call Chris
Just
Italia
Mondays.
right now and say this is a stipulation, it'll definitely happen.
No
No,
Mondays.
they love me.
No.
I'm family
Trespass
here.
in the building forever.
Just the stand?
No.
Yeah, just the
First off,
stand.
I'm not going to back out, but they're not going to tell me I can't come.
Well, no. But are you accepting?
But why would you be worried about it if
Yeah.
you're not going to back out?
Well, it's also you're
Fair.
gonna be trespassed from the area. So,
Aaron, here's the deal.
Joe Harari,
Joe, come
everybody.
here, Joe.
It's
Joe
funny
Harari,
to
manager
say
of the
that.
stand.
Joe, can you make a vow?
Hold on.
Joe has never
Joe has never
looked
understand
thinner.
anymore.
Hold on. Passover.
Okay,
Joe, tell them
Joe,
you would never do this to
if
me.
Aaron gets flown out to Skankfest and doesn't compete in the fight she said she would you do me a favor and ban her from the stand?
100%.
Broke my heart.
There is
Joe,
a
you
lot.
just broke my heart.
Without hesitation. She's like, I am the stand. I'm family here. So perfect instinct by that guy, Joe Harari, to come up and be like, oh yeah, no, she's gone. Don't worry about it.
She is like family, Mike. She's the redheaded stepchild they just abandoned on the side of the road.
It was a great episode of Skanks. I thought it was a great example of people taking themselves too seriously. And I will just say, Lewis, rewatch that and tell me you're above the Dabbleverse. Come on, buddy. We all like getting in the mud once in a while, you know?
That's right.
If you're about lady fights, get over here. You'd love it, Lewis. Speaking of Lewis, we have another super chat from the great Louis J. Gomez here. Go ahead, Electra.
Should I buy Rodney's or has the Dabbleverse stink ruined the club?
You should buy Rodney's, and I'm going to talk to him about it tomorrow night. Tukey made the craziest comment. He said yesterday, he goes, oh, if Lewis buys Rodney's, that'll be great for the Dabbleverse. I'm like, in what way?
What?
Probably ban all the Dabbleverse people.
Dabbleverse Tuesdays at Rodney. No, I couldn't wrap my head around why he thought that, but
yeah.
I think that'd be awesome if the Skanks bought Rod. If you had Legion of Skanks, Story Wars there, you have two staple shows throughout the week, and it would become, I think, where all like that group of comedians ends up hanging out because Lewis and Jay will be there. I think a lot of those comics will end up supporting it. I would think. I don't know location-wise how convenient it is compared to, I don't know, New York City. So if it's more or less convenient to get to than the Stand or the Comedy Cellar or Village Underground or any of that shit. But yes, I think I could see Lewis running a great comedy club.
Well, the Dabblers managed to get there, so it can't be that hard to find.
True.
The only thing, Lewis, it's in a little dangerous part of town. I saw a video last night of an old man attacking a hooker on the street.
Okay.
Was it Shmuel Buckman?
No, it was Kevin Brennan attacking Kiki.
Oh, God.
That was a real dud of an event, huh?
I mean, other than he tried to slap the phone out of Keanu Thompson's hand, yes, who cares?
Oh, that's class act.
He made fun of Anthony Cumia for like a month for slapping the glasses off that guy, and then attacks a woman at the first chance he gets. Oh, Kevin Brennan, you're amazing. All right, two more here.
Don Fried Chicken. Electra, could you take Aaron and Josie?
Light work. Light work.
You know, I don't know. I possibly could smother them with my tits, but they're
Yeah.
big girls. I don't know. They could just lay on me and I'd die.
You ever see those videos?
I forget how crass Electra is. What a vulgar mouth she has.
You ever see those videos where a lady destroys watermelons with her boobs? Now just imagine that's Aaron and Josie. That's how that would happen. And final one here, Mike, before we get to some Heidecker, if you still want to go there.
Isaac Fayup, are you voting for Joey C or Bubba Trudell in 2028?
Joey C has my vote. I think Bubba Trudell is too distracted by some of the what's the word I'm looking for? Some of the distractions out there. You know, some of the things he posts about on Facebook, I think he's too obsessed with. So I think Joey C has his eye on the prize and is dedicated to the real issues, like the goddamn parking in this country. So I'm a Joey C man.
Yeah, changing the Super Bowl.
So Mike, if Joey C came out with some policy towards parking, you'd be way for this.
Oh no! Well, what I'm referring to is his war in the parking lot that he had a couple months ago.
Yes, the parking structures.
Heroic battle that he won.
He saved our country one parking ticket at a time.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Electra.
More breaking news from Luis J. Gomez.
Oh, hold on. Go ahead.
He says, new name, The Other Side Comedy Club.
The Other Side. More breaking news here on the Blind Mike Project. The name of the new comedy club that was once Rodney's.
The Other Side Comedy Club. I don't mind that. I like that. There's something to it.
Have you thought of spaceship? Something to do with an alien ship. That would be innovative, I think.
Fathership.
The fatherland. Oh, yeah. And you could have like Nazi guards out front. That'd be really, really. Craig would love it.
That's something. The Other Side Comedy Club. Pretty good. I don't mind that.
We approve.
I'll be there, Lewis. Finally, get me on Story Wars.
I just bought tickets to see Lewis and the Skank Fest guys tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where they at?
In LA.
Story Wars or stand up?
It's Legion of Skanks Jam in the Vans.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't get my
Your hands
notification.
off Electra. She's too old for you.
I'm too old.
Lewis, when you come to LA, you got to check in. We didn't get to check in. Look for the Crips out in front. That's how it works here. All right, Mike, time for a little Heidecker.
Oh, yeah. So this is just a follow-up to what we were talking about last week. People are very passionate about this. And we got a few comments that were like, because I guess I said Alex Jones went broke fighting the lawsuit. And I misspoke. Obviously, I didn't think he paid $1 billion to lawyers, but it is incorrect phrasing. But people got very bent out of shape about it. They're very angry. They're like, oh, you don't do enough research about Alex Jones. I think you could talk about topics like this without being that well-versed in all of Alex Jones's horrible crime, all the horrible things he's said. My point is the comedy element of this. That's what I'm fascinated by. because I don't understand what kind of legs they think this bit will have. It is funny to buy InfoWars and change it to something Alex Jones doesn't want. It's like if you hate Alex Jones, it's a funny thing to rile him up like that. And then after that, I think the bit is dead. There's nothing else you can really do with that. What they are doing, I was going to say about to do, but it seems like what they have done is prove why the left continues to be completely humorless. Like, it just fucking sucks. Like, I want someone to do something. You would think over the last decade that someone would be able to make fun of Trump or Alex Jones or any of these wacky characters, Nick Fuentes. You'd think people would be able to parody them or mock them in a funny way. And just they get in their own way every time. And so this is, from what I saw, again, I'm sure I'm doing my research incorrectly, but go somewhere else if you want good. I'm a dumb man. Go somewhere else if you want good research. But from what I believe to be true is that there's still some legal issues with them officially taking over like the actual website. So this was on the Onion's website, but they're able to use the InfoWars branding. So it's all a mess. Like none of it is done well. And then on top of it, the bid isn't even that good. So this is what they put out the other day, their first day in ownership of InfoWars.
But I'm going to sip from the blood of the Forsaken. This is real human blood. You can find this at the InfoWars store. This is a human blood curated from the Forsaken and the sinners. All right, this is pure premium blood, tested, FDA unapproved. And this is just human blood. As part of my satanic ritual, I am a servant to Satan, and thank God I was able to get him and the Lord to sit down and come to their senses and get things back to before Satan was cast into hell. So I'm part of that.
Like if you made me do an Alex Jones impression right now, this is what it would be. Like on the spot, it would be very difficult. He's just saying Alex Jonesy things, but it seems like they had plenty of time to write this and come up with something. Like this is the big debut. I guess he had done it before this, but like this is the official debut of this character that they're gonna do to skewer Alex Jones and finally give him a little taste of his own medicine. Saying Alex Jonesy, the frogs are gay and the globalists, like they have nothing prepared for this, really. And it's exactly like I said last week, where Alex Jones is out there saying crazy shit. He's the one who said, he called Tim Heidecker a satanic pedophile and the global elite and all this stuff. And they're doing a bad job at just mimicking what he said. Like they have nothing here, and they've made themselves look like they just have their thumbs up their asses. Like they put no work into this.
You can't out-satire that. You got to go, okay, there's got to be a different direction to go, like, show.
I almost think it would have been better if they went over the top left. Like ridiculously, mockably woke, or like whatever the exact antithesis of Alex Jones is. I get, because they're not capable of this, is what I'm saying. Like maybe they'd be more capable of mocking that because it's got elements of things they actually believe, whereas this is just, it was the problem with Alec Baldwin's Trump, where it's just being like, I'm evil, I'm an evil man. And as Norm's famous quote about why that was so bad was, it's coming from a place of hate. You kind of have to love or appreciate someone in order to mock them. It's why Shane has the best Trump impression, because he finds Trump to be a ridiculous, silly character, but there's also things he appreciates about him. And so that impression and those sketches he's done and the bits he's done on stage are funny. Like they feel real. They feel like they're coming from a place of reality, where this is just, I'm evil. I'm an evil guy. Okay, what is this? Neither side can get behind. Like I said, if it was done well, like Shane's bit, then the left can say, that is why he sucks. And the right's like, that's what we love about our guy. But this is neither of those.
Craig's had a lot of good ideas in these last couple weeks, but one of them was Colbert. That
Yeah.
would have been the move. That's like the move.
Colbert doing the
old
Colbert
Colbert.
Report
Yeah.
on this network is the idea, because then you have like, there legitimately might be idiots that are like, see, he flipped. You know, like, he's on the good side now. Because that character was believable enough. I think most people were aware that was a bit, but people existed out there that thought Stephen Colbert was like a right winger, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, you're right. That would have been, the bit is mocking, not doing a bad Alex Jones impression. Because people said, even in our comments, people were like, yeah, I think it'll last a few weeks and then fizzle out. And even to that, I was like, weeks, minutes. Like,
they're seconds in. He's done. He's got the blood joke.
We already get the joke.
Yeah.
Like, it's over. I don't know what you're going to do tomorrow. Never mind weeks from now.
It really sort of, I love Tim Heidecker's comedy. I've always told you that. I still think that his stand-up special, I think you should break down. I think it's one of a kind. I've never seen anything like it. The first 10 minutes are the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Politically, yes, I can see how he can be very annoying, but this just seems, even for him, low effort, which is, saying a lot. Because he doesn't have his guys behind him, Vic Berger and the other guy, doing sound effects and making like funny clips and stuff. So that's like half his podcast.
It doesn't seem written either. It just seems, it seems like he was like, someone was like, hey, Alex Jones, go. You're Alex Jones right now. And he's like, I'm drinking blood. I'm an evil guy.
He had bullet points. He had blood, drink blood, and piss to gold were his two talking points.
Is there more to this? I think he keeps rambling.
It goes for like another minute and a half. Yeah.
Let's hear a little more, because it's exactly that, where like he fades in and out of the character. He has nothing prepared. It's like there's an episode. Well, it wasn't even an episode on KMS years ago. There was an interview Kirk didn't want to do. And he was like, hey, can you take this guy's phone call and we'll just have you like be me? Like pretend you're me. Because like this guy didn't know who Kirk was. So it's just like pretend to be me. And I was going to do a bit as that. And Steve, the producer, was like, do you want to like write some things? And I go, Steve, I got this. Don't you worry. And then the second the phone call was taken, I realized I've got nothing. I've never done a Kirk impression in my life. I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. And so then I'm just like grabbing for things I think Kirk says, and I was grabbing for show references. It sucked. It was a disaster. And that's what it feels like Tim Heidecker is doing. The difference was when I did it, it was kind of an on-the-spot, hey, do this thing. It wasn't $1 million investment that they had a year to prepare.
Yeah, funny thing, the parents of dead children don't make the best TV producers. They just got the money from this thing. They maybe should have hired someone in between. I don't know.
Right.
I'm part of the peace movement. It's thick. It tastes like blood. And this is Satan giving me the powers to continue to fight. And we will continue to fight. And I cheers to you. If you have access to the blood of the Forsaken.
Can I say something real quick, just being a lib, Mike? What I've noticed over the past few years, Alex Jones is a kook, and all these people are kooks, but a lot of what they said is starting to filter around on my Twitter page, and I'm like, did Bill Clinton need a baby? Like,
there's plenty of shit Alex Jones has been right about, and that's what people like. That's the big defense of Alex Jones. I mean, like I said, you got a big one wrong.
So this isn't even good satire in the sense like. We've all sort of been like red-pilled in these last few years about like because the Democrats or liberals have not defended anything and they've just like let this, what were conspiracies. Oh, they turned out a lot of them to be true. So you can't like mock it when shit's like true.
But the analogy is backwards. It's like Alex Jones is drinking the blood. Like he's not even correctly getting Alex Jones's perspective.
Yes. Where's our Alex Jones?
I guess it's like, hey, I'm drinking blood now because I'm on the other side. Is that what the joke is supposed to be? Like, I'm one of them now?
Yes. InfoWars turned him.
Yeah.
And of all the children,
because he's doing Alex Jones, he can cover not having anything prepared. Like he's, I'm Alex Jones having a panic attack. This is not Tim Heidecker having nothing prepared. Blah, 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 blah. It's Alex Jones stumbling and fumbling.
He's thinking about the trip to Mexico that $1 million bought him. He's like, I can't wait to
Let me hear that again, because he's going to hide behind the voice where it's like, oh, this is Alex Jones fumbling and stammering. But like, he just sounds like he has nothing prepared for this.
To the blood of the Forsaken and of all the children. This is not blood. These are adult. This is adult blood, by the way. Ain't no question. I made sure of that because I don't want to get in trouble. But this is.
I think he also realized the fuck up of the bit, where it's like Alex Jones accuses other people of drinking child's blood, and then he's drinking blood in the bit. So then he has to go, this is adult blood, by the way. So forced and like it was thrown together haphazardly.
Yes, it's freestyle. We're jamming. This is what they call in music jamming, Mike. We're jamming.
Yes.
This is the blood of the Forsaken. It's hot. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let me just.
All right, now we're turning. Now turn your piss into gold is what it says on here. So this is the next one.
Reiterate, we now have a scientific, technological system by which
he wants us to believe that this is how Alex Jones talks. I don't know. Alex Jones is pretty well. You say what you want about him. He's fairly well spoken.
That's right. By the way, go watch The Waking Life. That's how I first saw Alex Jones. He was very good in that movie like 30 years ago. Just riding around in a car with a bullhorn.
So weird. I just heard someone talking about that.
Mm-hmm. It's maybe one of the greatest movies of all time. I'm not bullshitting, but his part in it is very fun. So check that out.
We can take your urine and ship it to us, and we'll be able to extract the gold minerals out of your urine. As you know, our body is made up of many minerals and salt and different minerals, including gold. Gold that comes from stars and is in rocks and in mines and everything. But we also consume gold on a daily basis through breathing and through the different rocks. If you swallow rocks or whatever it is, I don't know how you get gold in. Okay, but we can get it out now. So Phil, you're gonna send in your piss to us so we can take it out.
Well, yeah, and
like if I just went up to someone on the street and was like, I bet you can't do an Alex Jones impression, and they were like, I'm drinking blood. I'd be like, oh, okay, that's not bad actually. Yeah. But it was $1 million investment.
Yes,
this is what they paid to do.
Yes. Also, I'm available.
This is what I'm saying. But when we talked about it last week, people were like, no, you got to research the Alex Jones Sandy Hook case. I'm like, I don't think you get my interest in this.
Yes.
Say what you want about Alex Jones. This is bad. This is a horrible bit that is stupid and was a waste of money.
Now I'm starting to get a little mad at Kragers because we are not going to get any of that $1 million bad entertainment money we could have asked for because of what he said last week. God damn you, Kragers.
I know.
Yeah. I'm not a rich man, so I'm trying to, I'm collecting up a lot of my wife's jewelry that I'm going to, condense down into urine. So it's a safer way to keep this because, the communists are coming.
The communists are here. The communists are here,
They're
Phil.
going to take our gold. Right, they're going to come take our gold.
Don't delude yourself. Don't lie to yourself. The communists are here, and they're running every sector of our economy, and they're running the government as well. Deep state is infiltrated into every sector.
SNL, I mentioned this a few weeks ago. SNL, now, was it a complete ripoff of Nick Mullen's Tucker Carlson impression? Sure. But SNL had someone do Tucker Carlson on Weekend Update a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Whenever the Oscars were, like that week. And it was Tucker Carlson reviewing Oscars movies. Making the subject matter much lighter made it way funnier.
Yes.
Than them trying to talk about like real global issues or the news of the day or Trump or any of that shit. Like having Tucker Carlson talk about movies, it was a funny bit. It was what SNL used to be, where it was taking this seemingly serious guy and kind of making a mockery out of him. And it wasn't like, fuck Tucker Carlson. It wasn't this hateful thing. It was a silly parody, and that made it funny. This is just like trying to it's Alex Jones Mad Libs. Like you're trying to take Alex Jonesy things and cram them into a sketch, when if you turn on whatever Alex Jones is actually doing right now, it's probably way crazier.
Yes.
Like, it probably sounds way more ridiculous, and there might be actually some points made, unlike what Tim Heidecker is doing.
What you made a great point. Context matters in your satire or in your mockery. And if you would have went the other way. So imagine like the show starts and it's just an hour of kitten videos, but he does it as Alex Jones yelling like conspiracy things at kitten videos.
Alex Jones telling you why they're bad or something.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something at least. Not actually trying to do Alex Jones's show.
Yes. Yeah.
With no prep work.
Yeah, a ballless version of exactly what he does. That makes no sense. Yeah. I think you nailed it, Mike.
I think we got it. I think we get the idea, right?
Yeah, we can get out of that.
It doesn't get any better from there.
It doesn't. I think we hit the peak at piss. Piss is gold.
So that's what, and like you said, it's not that Tim Heidecker doesn't have a funny gene. Like he's been funny before. I've heard people from both sides say Tim and Eric were very funny and have done a lot of funny things. So it's not that he's unfunny. It's just that he's not capable of this. Sometimes people want to be more than they are. And just because you do something that's really meta or, really seemingly cerebral comedy, it doesn't mean you can do a shot-for-shot remake of Alex Jones and make it funny. And by the way, I think Bo Burnham is brilliant.
Brilliant.
I think he has there's amazing introspective comedy, amazing commentary on society and big issues. And I think if you handed him an Alex Jones costume and said, do a parody, I don't think it would be that good. Like if you made him do a straight thing. If you let him do something creative and silly and weird, then it could be funny. But if you were just like, no, sit behind a desk and do an Alex Jones impression, it's like, what am I going to make him sound crazy?
If I would have told you, Mike, during the time of Tim and Eric, they're going to hire this guy to do an Alex Jones, you would have thought it'd been the silliest, most ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
It's the silliest guy who's not doing anything silly. You forgot the silly, Tim. What happened to the silly?
Yeah. So that's our update now that they've done, and that's probably the last time they talk about it, or we talk about it, unless they do something insane that makes news.
I don't see why we would ever talk about it.
Yeah, I just wanted to give people a final update. And said, this is what I was getting at. All of you that were like, you're not taking it seriously enough. Shut up. Watch this video, you dummies.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's time.
Hey, super chats.
Got a few here. Electra.
Colostomy Stephen Craig, you should play the Alex Jones Llamas clip. It's funnier than any parody of InfoWars could ever be.
Yes, you can't out-parody Alex Jones. You just can't. All right, a few more here.
JB50 Cal, the Babylon Bee eclipsed the Onion without even trying.
Babylon Bee's good. It's a good one. If you like your satire.
Okay.
Colostomy Stephen Craig just became a member. Thank you. Welcome.
And you can also become a member. Great membership shows here, the Blind Mike Project. Check
we did. Why are you? Yeah, we just talked about you might like our Jim Norton episode that is up for members now. That'll be up later in the week. BTH tomorrow night. Just me and Tukey, just the boys hanging, without that ugly weight holding us down.
An American-only show. I like it.
That's right. Yeah.
Made
USA.
Dawn Fried Chicken coming in with $9.99. I always thought the Onion was hysterical, but then something happened to them in 2016, and from that point on, the quality of their content dropped, and it even felt like they did less of it.
It's odd timing. I wonder what that was. 2016. I can't imagine what changed them.
No clue at all. All right, Mike, where would you like to go next? It was funny. I had Electra call me, and she's like, "Is this little sassy or little sass?" So, do you want to go there?
I wanted to make sure I said it right for the intro because I'm like, who are these people? What is this?
So this Lil Sass works, or Harry Settle, is a stand-up comedian, very young, in his early 20s, and he works for Barstool, and he's on a podcast called Son of a Boy Dad with Roan and Francis. I find those guys very funny. And years ago, Lil Sass made a sketch. This is 2022, so I think he was like,
Correct.
I think he was like 18 or 19 then when he made this sketch. And well, let's play the sketch. Let's play his version, and then we'll talk about it. About why I'm playing this. You might be curious at first, but we're going somewhere.
And I've seen this 1,000 times on my Twitter, and I never knew this was what it was. So this was fascinating to me.
Okay.
With the second pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Lil Sasquatch.
And that's the pick. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really have
Did I just get fucking drafted?
It doesn't look like he's played a lick of sports.
Dude, where the fuck did they get this? Did I just get fucking where did they get this video? That's like 10 minutes ago. Did I just get drafted?
Are you moving to Detroit?
I don't know.
How did they get the picture of our apartment?
Dude, what am I gonna tell my fucking what am I gonna tell my mom, dude?
Dude, how are you gonna pay rent?
Oh, wait, hold on, I'm getting a call. Hey, coach, how's it going? Yeah. No, yeah, I didn't see it coming. I'll be honest with you. Delighted. No, Mom, I don't want to go to the NFL. I don't know how this happens. I don't want to go to the NFL. I don't want... Dude, get the fuck out of here. No.
So Harry Settle's very funny, by the way. Like for a kid as young as he is, his stage presence is amazing. I don't know him at all. The guys on Son of a Boy Dad, I've never met any of them. All seem like very funny, nice guys. And for Harry to come up with that at his age, like, was very funny. Like, that's the type of sketch an 18 or 19-year-old comedian should be coming up with, and that's how you get it in at Barstool. And like you said, Casey, that it was on people's Twitter and Instagram and TikTok feeds, and they don't even necessarily know who Harry is. So that sketch made the rounds in 2022. Like 3 weeks ago, or whenever the draft was.
It's amazing.
Dude Perfect puts out this sketch. Let's see this.
With the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Tyler Toney, Texas A&M.
Wow. So it looks like Las Vegas went with running back Tyler Toney.
Did I just get drafted?
Quite an interesting pick up here from the Raiders, considering this whole time we thought they were going with Mendoza at 1.
I just got drafted.
What are you gonna tell the dudes?
Am I allowed to? What? That's me. I just got drafted in the NFL.
I mean, it's like word for word, even like the timing of it, the pauses are the same. It's great. Keep playing it. It's a shot-for-shot remake of Lil Sass.
What do I tell the guys? Am I allowed to go?
I think so. When was the last time you practiced?
I mean, last week I was throwing a little bit. I don't know if I'm getting... I mean, I didn't even declare for the draft. Hello? Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Coach?
Beat for beat.
I just saw...
It's crazy. It's not even an attempt at a different sketch.
No.
You get the idea. It's an exact replica of Harry Settle's sketch, Lil Sass. It's the craziest thing ever. And so I thought Lil Sass had a good response on Son of a Boy Dad. And the reason, it's not the usual type of thing we play today, but I hate where the internet has gone, where there's no rules anymore. It's just it's a lawless society. And I'm sure like there's a generation of people that will look at what I'm saying as lame. Like, who gives a fuck, man? Like, we're just out here having fun. And it's like, no, Harry came up with something creative. Even if you don't find it funny, it's his thing. Like, he came up with it. And then to just do a remake of it, brand it as your own, get whatever monetization, attention, virality comes out of that. Like, that's bullshit, and you should be called out on it. Like, Dude Perfect should be called out on this. I know Dude Perfect is, it's like for babies or something. It's like for little kids, right? But
Well,
even
Yeah, I mean, it's for people that are just scrolling on the shitter. You want to see someone make a shot from half court in a weird costume.
Right, which I'm sure is how a lot of people would describe Barstool. So it's a similar real estate they're trying to take up, at least on social media. But like, they should be called out for this. Like, it's bullshit. We've gone too far. I think Rogan would take Mencia's stuff a little too seriously in hindsight. But now we've gone the other way, where it's like, who can lighten up? Who gives a fuck? So I thought Lil Sass's response was pretty funny here.
You want to talk about the fact that Dude Perfect tried to fucking sewer your career? They tried to take everything that you've built over years and years and make it their own.
They tried to bury me.
They tried to wipe you off the fucking map like you never existed.
That made me irrationally angry.
Me too.
It didn't really make me angry at all. I thought it was just funny. Like it was just funny because like how much the internet's changed, where it's like that's just like what happens. Like it used to be like if you stole something on the internet, people would be like, "What the?" Like people would even if you did something that was like similar to other people.
I remember
people would like lose.
Instagram account. I'm pretty sure his name was Fat Jew. If not, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that was his name. And he was just it was a very popular account, and he was just stealing from a bunch of comedians. Like he would have memes that were just like Sam Morril jokes, word for word. And like it was just blatant theft. And I think he got called. I think it actually hurt his career, or whatever, career, whatever you want to call it. But I think it actually hurt him once people figured that out. But yeah, now it's lawless. It's like, well, it's funny. Who cares who it was originally from? It's like, well, I do. It matters. It's always funny to hear because usually the guy getting stolen from, like, at least if you're funny, like Harry Shuttle, he's like, I didn't really give a fuck. But Francis is like, no, I'm angry about this. It's an assault on comedy, which I agree with him on.
Lose their minds, and now it's like you can just like recreate things. And just be like, well, no, we're just following the trend.
Yeah, they tried to pretend like it was a trend or a meme or something.
Yeah. And he was like, well, you guys edited a video of the guy and put it on the TV. Like, that seems like that was pretty, like, you went out of your way. Like, we're going to go word for word what this original video did.
But it did not make you mad.
No, it didn't. It genuinely didn't make. Like, I was never like, oh my God, they're going to, like, this video is going to, like, surpass my video.
Well, it's because the internet had your back from the fucking jump. You're the internet's favorite son. You were born of the internet.
How could they have thought that was a good idea? How could they have thought we love this video and we're gonna cover it?
That's the thing I don't understand, because it's not parallel thinking. They clearly saw that video and were just like, and they'll admit to it in a minute. But they clearly saw that video and were like, well, let's just make our own. What lack of pride, creativity, lack of anything. And that's the shame of a lot of people that get into. I heard an interesting, I forget what comedian was talking about this the other day. But they're like, all the industries that died adjacent to comedy filtered into stand-up. And I understand this isn't stand-up, but like in a similar vein, sketch comedy, where like it's been filtered. Every would have been radio DJ or improv comic, like a failed improv. They all go to like stand-up now, or in this case, like they make sketches and they want to be funny, but they're really like marketing experts. They don't really necessarily know how to be funny. They're just like, let's manufacture how to be funny. Let's engineer funniness. And that's what Dude Perfect did here. I can't imagine what they thought, because like I said, anyone with an ounce of pride would have been like, oh no, well, people will see right through this. At least thieves, like at least Carlos Mencia would turn a Bill Cosby joke into a Mexican joke, Like he would take a Bill Cosby joke and give it a little Mexican flair, which was also fake on his part, but nevertheless, like you would change it enough to try and erase the fingerprints. This was just literally a remake.
What I think we're all seeing here is like a different generation and how they interact with creation, right? They're growing up with AI music. They're growing up with things that are exact duplicates of other things that were created. But not only that, Dude Perfect is totally and entirely built on views, right? Who saw us hit this shot? So they don't give a fuck about artistic integrity. It's just views. And here's the final piece of that puzzle. YouTube says do it. YouTube's main thing is like, find what works and copy the shit out of it. That's what they tell you as a creator. And like, they don't tell you go out and be an artist. And if you're good, people will find you. It might take 5-6 years, but you'll discover your voice. No, they're like, that's trending. Do that. And so that is the atmosphere that we're now in.
The shame of it is like, there's ways to do that make sense. Like I started copying essentially the way Andrew Schultz titled his episodes. Because I noticed Andrew Schultz, like they were talking about topical things, and Andrew Schultz would just put that in the title. Like, hey, we're, Trump, Epstein, like whatever they were talking about was the title of the episode. And our titles were some wacky phrase that I said in the episode, which still, still are titles on Spotify. But like on YouTube, that doesn't work. So I saw Andrew Schultz doing that, and I was like, well, let me try that. And I made the titles, Legion of Skanks, Tim HEIDECKER, whatever today's title is, shit like that. I realized, and that makes sense because it's not my titles were never a creative thing that I took pride in.
No, but YouTube rewarded you. Yes, good, Mike.
No,
good. We will send you people now, Mike.
But to extrapolate that and be like, well, I'll just take the script of Flagrant and read it.
Yes.
That seems like a whole different level. And it is amazing. Like, I think the only way, obviously don't harass them or anything, but like, I think people should be called out on this shit. Like, the only comments on that video should be, oh no, this is Lil Sass's. And I think like there was a degree of that, but like it shouldn't be accepted just that, oh, it's an internet trend. That's what we do. Like there should be some premium put on creativity and originality.
Mike, we lost that battle decades ago. You're fighting a lot.
I'm trying to win it back. Come on, guys. Who's with me?
They're like, hey, how about we get rid of all music and all musicians and you just press a button? Where was everyone then? Where were you then? All right.
Talking to
we're gonna do like an acoustic cover.
Yeah, I was talking to,
but none of us can sing.
I was talking to Homeless Pimp about it, and he was saying he thinks that it's because they have such a young fan base
that maybe they didn't know
that maybe that they were like they won't even know that we stole it.
That must be what they were playing for.
Yeah,
but you're younger than them.
I don't know. I said it to you guys. I said it to everybody. Like the funniest thing to me was when they just like because they posted it. We were doing a stream for Bush, and Mook was like, "Dude, Perfect stole your video." And then like I went and I was looking at like all the comments, and like they had like at that time they had like a couple replies being like, "You stole this from Sass," and then they were just replying to everyone being like, they're like, "Well, Sass will always be the OG." And I kept on just being like, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that
like
mean?
what is that? Is that like they're suggesting that like I'll always have like the original idea, but like they came out and they did it better, so this is the new video?
Dude,
that's the part that really enraged me. that they were acknowledging him and being like, "Oh, fool! Hey, no one loves Sass more than us." It's like, no, you fucks! You stole from him.
Continuing the legacy.
Don't give him credit now.
We got it. So next year, like next draft, we got to do it. We just got every year some comedian or podcasters got to do this because now it's a legacy thing. It's not about stealing. We're keeping the dream alive.
It's like if I made millions of dollars reading Rodney jokes.
Yes.
And no one caught me. And then someone brought it up and I was like, I know, right? Crazy.
I get no respect.
It's like that's what they're insinuating by saying that is they're like, well, he'll always have the original.
Sass can rest now.
Yeah, right.
That is hilarious.
The other funny thing is Sass is like 23 and they're like, well, he can retire now. he's past his prime and now it's our time to shine.
That's hilarious.
The other reason it bothered me is because I have, not that I've seen a ton of his stuff, but Harry Settle, Lil Sass, seems like a very funny kid and very talented. So that's the other reason it bothered me, is that these talentless fucks at Dude Perfect slap their name on it.
Mike, speaking of talentless fucks, Russell Brand.
Oh, this was great. I can't tell you how mad I was. So you sent me last week, Casey, you sent me Russell Brand on Megyn Kelly's show, which was a fun one because Megyn Kelly famously said, I'm done with Russell Brand. She goes, I got to be honest with you. If he slept with a 16-year-old when he was 30. That's all I need to hear. I'm out. And then Russell Brand comes in for this episode, and he's like, I did, in fact, sleep with a 16-year-old when I was 30. And Megan Kelly was like, up high. Give me knucks, brother.
Body, face, overall. Go.
Megan Kelly was dapping him up, it seemed. So Megan Kelly's in a weird place with defending some of these people. But I was like, it's not really. When you sent it to me, I was like, not really my show. I don't want to get into a Russell Brand debate. And that felt like all it was, really. And then after the show, God damn it. I was so mad that I saw this right after the show last week. He was on Piers Morgan. And I was like, fuck. This one I would have covered because this is a great moment. There's a lot to cover in this Piers Morgan episode. By the way, I don't know why people hate Piers Morgan. I know he's a polarizing character. I think he did a tremendous job in this interview. I think you got to give the man his kudos. He handled this perfectly. So there's a lot in this interview that I thought was mockable, but I wanted to just focus on the fake Christian angle because we're also going to talk about Jeff Dye, so I thought it all tied in together. But Russell Brand is not, like, oddly enough, right when he was accused of sexual assault and all kinds of things, right around that time he found God. He showed up in court with a Bible. And so Piers questioned him on that because there's a lot. Honestly, I haven't heard anyone make this comparison. Russell Brand just seems like Aldous Snow. It seems like he's taken on that persona. Like the character that he was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Get Him to the Greek. He kind of just is that guy where he's just like a complete Hollywood phony that'll morph into whatever personality suits him at the time. So let's hear his defense of his Christianity on Piers Morgan.
Tell me this: what kind of Christian are you? I'm like a kind of Christian that has to hang by a thin thread of faith, knowing that I am broken, that you are broken. Do you have a denomination or not? Why? I'm just asking. No, I'm very.
What's the big deal? What are you getting so personal for, Piers?
That's a
allegation. I'm just asking. I just treat everything as another allegation. I know you do.
Just go back just a little bit. Piers is right. It's not an allegation. That's a pretty natural question. I'm a Christian. Oh, what denomination? Maybe it's
how dare you?
Maybe it's a bonding thing. Maybe Piers wanted to bond with you. Maybe you're both Lutheran or whatever the fuck.
You think I'd be Baptist? How dare you ask that?
Do you have a denomination or not? Why? I'm just asking. No, I'm very. It's not an allegation. I'm just asking. I just treat everything as another allegation. I know you do. If you don't mind me saying, you're. Was everything okay in that interview we did in 2006? Yes, but it's you are slightly hypersensitive to that kind of thing.
It comes up in a lot of aspects of his personality, where it seems like, and it's same with Piers asked him. You lambasted Fox News and said it was this hideous filth, and then you're on Fox News, like you're a contributor to Fox News, which is the real guy. And it's like I say with Jeff Dye, I do get COVID making people think, like you mentioned earlier, Casey. I get all this stuff that happened in the last 5 years, 10 years, changing people's opinion, especially white men. But I get people like changing their political sides and stuff. It's the way they go about it. When people like Russell Brand and Jeff Dye, it just feels phony. And it feels like they adopt religion or political ideologies or personality traits at the most convenient times. So it's not that I don't believe people aren't capable of making that switch. It's just the way they go about it. And I think Russell Brand will prove his lack of believability when it comes to his religion, especially.
Yes, we're going to one of those hideous spectacles right now.
Yes, so he calls Piers Morgan a hideous spectacle, much like he called Fox News. It's weird. It's kind of like whoever he's against at the moment is a hideous spectacle.
That judge is going to be a hideous spectacle too.
That's right.
You think, well, there actually are sort of great minds that could participate in a way of actually improving people's lives. And in Christ, there is the potential that you yourself can live with the odd paradox of your brokenness and the sort of failings of you.
It's right there. Just the way you talk, where I believe someone can find God after a traumatic experience. And I actually think there is a new wave of people like moving to religion. I like the idea of that. I think we went too far in losing any semblance of religion. I think strict religion is ridiculous. I think adhering to every single word in the Bible is silly and outdated. But I think having a higher power, like, I think that's good for a lot of people. So it's not that I don't believe he could become religious. I don't believe a man that lived a life that Russell Brand lived. And with some semblance of like a comedic figure also, and like this polarizing commentator he wanted to be on podcasts. I don't believe that guy would suddenly go, well, here's the thing, Piers. In Christ, we all find. Like, just the phrase in Christ makes me think like, oh, this guy is bullshitting. He wants to lay on thick to let us know how religious he is. That's not how he would naturally talk. If you find God in your 40s, you don't say in Christ.
Really makes me respect Alec Baldwin, because if anyone was going to run to God at any point in their life, it would have been him. And he didn't throw out a Bible in front of us after he accidentally murdered a lady. And so, Russell, come on.
Even God can't help me. There's no hope.
This has a little bit of, I know, right? Anyway.
Of your brokenness and the sort of failings of your life and the mistakes you've made and the errors, but also becoming whole in that. For there even to be justice or innocence, these concepts and words we're bandying about, there has to be a...
What even is guilty? I mean, what? Did I rape someone? I mean, who's to say what I did or didn't do? What is guilt, innocence, justice? What does any of it mean?
Finger in a 16-year-old. What does that even mean? I don't even know.
That's a great move. If you're a good enough talker, that's a great move to be like, well, what are any of these words I'm saying now? Even language is a made up. It's a construct. None of it's real. It's gobbledygook.
He Bill Clintoned us. What the word is means.
Yeah.
God, or you can't have those concepts.
You took probably this Bible actually, but I think it was this one you took into court, wasn't it?
Sometimes I also think you're not listening. Like that's why. Like
I did. You're literally talking about.
But what I mean by that is that this might sound a bit.
Mike, you can't see it, but the cross he's wearing is enormous. We're talking like Chuck D, Flavor Flav level clock.
He made so that I could see it. He's like, huh? Anyone? I hope no one's missing this.
I love the Saturday Night Live skit. Like every day closer to trial, the cross gets bigger until he walks into trial. He's like Jesus carrying a cross.
And Piers, by the way, is listening perfectly.
Yes.
He sees this man unraveling and he's like, is that a Bible there? What do you see? We flip through a few pages. Like Piers knows exactly what he's doing. Russell accused him of being a hideous spectacle here, but like, I've seen clips and instances of Piers Morgan's show when it's something usually that I'm pulling for this show. He does not seem like, does he want a spectacle? Sure, he's an entertainer. He doesn't seem like this egregious carnival barker that's putting on some tacky thing. Like I kind of just think he's putting on news entertainment. Like it doesn't seem that ridiculous to me what he's doing.
He's not the British Jerry Springer. No, not at all.
Yeah, but I mean, even like Jerry Springer was always pretty open about what he was doing. He's like, yeah, it's garbage TV, And I think Piers kind of does that, but just with news coverage. Like I don't think he pretends to be highbrow, really. And maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe I don't watch enough of how he defends himself. But he seems pretty open about who he is.
I wonder if Piers pays his hookers by check, too. That's always a no-no. Don't pay your hookers by check, people.
I don't know, woo-woo hippie. That the sort of the energy is a kind of like, you talk this Bible into court, and I feel like I already know where that thread's going.
Where's it going?
It's going to go, well, like holding in there, what did you think that was going to be achieved by that? And it's sort of like, I tell you what it is. It's cynicism. That's what it is. It's cynicism.
Why are you defensive, hey, Russell?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're putting it in my Bible. Oh, you're going to say I'm faking, huh? Oh, you put it in my Bible, so you're going to say I'm a big liar that's only doing this to gain sympathy. And just because he did some horrible thing, he wants people to think that maybe he's changed. That's what you're going to say, Piers? No, I just asked about the Bible, man. Take it easy.
Don't play poker with Russell or whatever Brand has got.
To be fair to Russell, in some roundabout fashion. That's where Piers was going.
Yes.
But like, that's what Russell is there to address. I don't understand why he went on the show if he's not there to address those claims.
I see where you're going, and I'm not going to answer it, but I will point out that you were going there and that the audience wants an answer, but I will not give it.
And I'll throw a tantrum doing it, making me look pretty guilty.
No, Jesus-like. I think it makes he's turning over the tables, in that story right now.
That's the other thing. I don't know anything about this. I didn't do my research. I know nothing about the case. Maybe he's innocent. He's not making himself look that way. Like, why would you do these interviews?
I think you're cynical.
About what?
I'm not preempting your question. I'm preempting your essence. I think you're cynical about human beings. I think you're cynical about yourself.
Not at all.
I think you're cynical about yourself.
I'm one of the most positive people you'll ever meet.
I don't think you believe that you're capable of greatness. I don't think you're...
I've already achieved greatness.
Oh, God, darling. I don't think you're capable of participating in meaningful change or even meaningful conversations. I think you think the best that Piers Morgan can do for himself is to host hideous spectacles of conflict about real serious, awful, dreadful stuff.
Why are you here then?
Well, I'm here actually because I don't mind trying to learn a little bit from you.
You're prepared to come on something you categorise as a hideous spectacle?
No, I think it's a hideous spectacle, say, for example, the stuff where there's multi-panels and people are like really screeching at each other, maybe about trans issues or whatever.
If you had someone calling me a rapist, that would be a hideous spectacle. But no, this is okay. As long as you're cool with me, Piers.
Mike,
yeah, go ahead.
It's time to get in the Bible is what I was going to say.
Well, I was just going to say that I thought about what I asked a moment ago. Well, why would he go on these shows? And the thing about people that cling to fame and relevance is society's acceptance of them, and more specifically, Hollywood's acceptance of them and the industry's acceptance of them is so much more important than the court of law. A guy like Russell Brand seems to me, if I'm reading him correctly, seems like a guy that would rather do a short time in jail and have a lot of people think he's innocent in society than the opposite. Then like his innocence be exonerated by a court of law. I think he'd much rather have the industry and keep his standing in Hollywood and in the business that he has. And, if that takes a little jail time, he'll do it. If he's deemed guilty, then so be it. Like he wants people's acceptance that badly that he would rather fight it in the court of public opinion than just keep his fucking mouth shut.
One of the great martyrs of our time. I've said it often.
Sure is.
Mike, I got to say, been on the show here for multiple years now. This might be my favorite clip of all time.
It really is. And I gotta thank Piers Morgan. By the way, I could have let this clip run for another 9 minutes.
Yes.
Long.
It is amazing.
But thank you to Piers Morgan for not interrupting. How many people in media would have made themselves the show here? I always say my favorite call, it was a Packers Seahawks playoff game in 2015 or 16. And there was a last minute touchdown scored, and Al Michaels is perfectly silent, and he lets the crowd noise wash over you. And I always say that was my favorite call ever because Al Michaels knew how to get out of the way. And that's what Piers Morgan does here. He just lets Russell Brand, he lets the play run itself. We all get to watch the spectacle here.
I, of course, can't get out of the way, so I added some funny cartoon music underneath. Here we go.
Come on. No, you didn't.
It's funny, Mike. Come on.
No. Can we just play the regular version?
If you talk for a minute, I can get the regular version out. Damn it, it's funny. It's funny.
Why do you muddy every silence?
Because it's silence.
I was just about to say, the silence is so amazing. Listening to why would you do this?
Because I had to tell you, because you just said the silence is so amazing. So if I let it go, you were gonna
No, I'm saying why yeah, all right, find the original version, I guess.
Oh, god damn it. All right, hold on 1 second. We'll see, we're letting the silence work here.
Yes.
We're doing it here.
It's your fault.
Electra, are you there?
Yep, enjoying the silence.
No, don't just enjoy it. Help out a little bit.
How long do you think it'll take?
Not
Well,
that
you know what? We have to play, while you do that, play this cartoon version, I guess.
Okay. All right. There we go. And then I'll find the other one. Here we go. Here we go.
Can I go back to asking you a question about your Bible?
Yes, if you want to.
Thank you. Was that the one you took into court?
You're the very one.
Okay. What was your thinking of taking it into court? And what you were seeing, looking at some passages, what were the relevant passages for you?
All right. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you. That didn't hurt, did it?
A little bit. It was this from Isaiah. You're right. Bear did say, be chilled. Sometimes I lose the chill, man. It's pretty.
If you didn't tell me that, I would have been like, what the fuck's happening?
All right. Well, that's what I told you. But I do believe we're right there. So, Mike, I think we'll be able to do this. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry about that. It was a creative choice I made. I don't always pick winners.
The segment, by the way.
Well,
lost all our momentum.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, here we go. And I didn't tell anyone to go protest children. Here we go.
Thank you for asking me.
Thank you. That didn't hurt, did it?
A little bit. It was this from Isaiah. You're right. Bear did say, be chilled. Sometimes I lose the chill, man. It's pretty.
Okay, you're right. I needed the. God damn it, you're right.
And Piers just letting that play out because even if you're going like to embarrass him, so many interviewers would think to comment over it, like I'm doing right now, but like inject themselves into this and be like, "Oh, having a tough time there, Russell." Like he just letting him flounder like this, and I think eventually Russell at some point must think like, "Oh, well, he's going to move on." Certainly, certainly,
no.
Piers doesn't have enough time to let me fumble through this book and just flipping. By the way, the other thing about the sound that I took in here. They're the crinkliest pages of all time.
Yes. Bibles tend to be crinkly pages. I don't know, cheap paper or something.
Crinkliest pages, making it even more uncomfortable as he flips through this thing.
The page turning is amazing.
Listen how long this plays out.
Is this? They don't like that, do they, in the old gallery? But remember, you just said it's a hired spot. This is from Isaiah.
Ooh, Isaiah.
What's going through his mind right now?
Help! Help!
But does he think? Like, is there a Bible passage that he's actually looking for that he can't find? Or did he totally make it up and think he would flip to one that applied? Like, what's going through his mind?
He thinks God will lead him to the path.
You nailed it, Electra. I looked behind me. There was one set of footprints because God ran away when I was looking for Isaiah. Motherfucker.
Oh, he's like, all right, I believe in God starting now.
Now, right now. Help me, God, help me.
Man, I'm not in a market before.
Piers Morgan, the look on Piers Morgan's face.
Fully erect.
I'm not gonna fucking say a word. This is gold, baby.
It says here.
Why volunteer to read a passage?
Just read any passage, buddy. Just read something.
They're all nonsense. Just read one of them.
It's also based on the way the Megyn Kelly. Maybe he's so used to doing interviews where like this would have gotten chopped up. You know what I mean? They would have just like helped him out. But Piers understands the value, unlike some. He understands the value of silence.
Damn it. But also, maybe he thinks he's being like dramatic. Like maybe if I pause and I read through the Bible, people will see that I care about the Bible.
Well, yeah, that's what he should be doing is going, Piers, I'm going to get there, but this is my favorite page. Right here.
There's so many good ones on this page. Oh my God.
Where's the improv, Russell Brand?
You know, Piers, when you flip through the Bible and you just get hooked by one of the pages, that's where I'm at right now.
It's like a Playboy. You just turn it and you stop on a page. Oh my God, look at this thing. Piers Morgan looks directly into the camera. He's giving us a Jim from The Office right now.
The verse that I was looking at that day was.
It was a good one. Hey, Piers, I'm going to give you. You know what? I'm going to give you a little extra time. Buckle up. I'm not sure you're ready to hear the verse. that I saw today.
So he was flipping pages, looking for the page, and he's been going back and forth over the same page now for 10 times.
That's every school project assignment. Like that's me in school to a T. Like where like I'm pretending I can see all of it. I'm like, oh no, this is good stuff in here. Just let me find it.
Someone in chat said, Amber Lamp said maybe he's doing a bit. This would be like the greatest bit, but he clearly isn't. But it would be great.
I love it. You know what? Would totally change my opinion. I love a guy who's on trial for sexual assault and has to admit to get ahead of it. He admits that he had sex with a 16-year-old when he was 30. And decides to do a bit on Piers Morgan. I'd be like, you know what? I like the cut of this guy's jib.
Life is on the line. Let's do a bit.
We got a new Jesselneck, guys.
Not this. I can't actually find the verse that I had that day.
Where did it go? My Bible's always moving around.
Mike, if you could see this Bible, it's got 300 clip notes. There's Post-its everywhere in this thing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes.
Piers, I swear I dog-eared this section.
Bible's been through some things.
But this is good enough.
Good enough. Good enough. You know what? This verse equally summarizes the situation I'm in.
Why would you admit just say this is it? This is the one. This is the no one.
Right? Why not? Yeah, exactly. Here it is.
I'm an idiot. Can't find it. Here's another one. Okay, at least you're.
Yeah, you're exactly. Why wouldn't he say, "Oh, here it is"?
Just really let us book. In. Yeah.
That's true. It is a lot.
A lot of it makes no sense. Got to be honest.
12. I will praise you, Lord. Although you were angry with me, your anger has turned away, and you have comforted me. Surely God is my salvation. I will trust and not be.
Same as whatever I was going to say before.
All the same. He searched for an hour to find God is good. God, it's the same shit in the whole book. That's hilarious.
God is pretty rad.
God forgives people's sins with 16-year-olds. Oh,
what I love. And I mean, Piers Morgan, A+ for the segment. But if he wanted extra credit, if he was going to say, Mike, what can I do to really butter you up? He should have said, now, when you say similar, what was the other verse? Even if you can't find it, just summarize it for me.
We have an hour. We still got an hour. Go ahead.
What was just broken out into song and said, God is an awesome God.
Yeah, what was similar about it?
Any psalm would have worked. There's like 1,000 of them. Just any one would have worked. They're all numbered. Every line in this thing is numbered. It is literally. It's the one book you can't lose your place.
Oh, and listen, I know Piers has issues to get to. I would have spent 2 hours. This is basically like hour and a half, 2 hour interview. I would have spent the entire time going, now read me that post-it note. What is that?
What does that one say?
What do those post-it notes say, by the way? Good advice from God here.
That would have been the best.
God saves me on this one.
God nailed it.
Yeah. Here's some people in this book that were worse than me. Look at them. Look at them all.
God, I got to say, you've done it again. Home run, big guy.
Wait till you hear about this guy, Lot. Holy shit.
The Lord himself is my strength and my defense. What I was looking at before is that there's a bit where he says, see, I'm doing a new thing, Isaiah says, like springs in the desert. That like in the desert of your life, when your life becomes barren and difficult, that a new resource with God will appear. And in a situation that obviously feels quite pressurized and condensed, and in all those preliminary appearings that I've attended, there's the presence of something very beautiful.
Now
great.
Am I wrong? He's done reading now, right?
He's done reading. He's talking about the courtroom now.
He's summarizing why that passage was so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the one he wanted to read. It's one that didn't mean anything to him.
No, and then he
God
also
is his defense, though, so that's all he needs in court. God.
he took some creative license. He's like, no, what I think that one said was this: spring waters. That's what it said. No, it didn't say that.
As it appears, let's read this one. As God said to Abraham, good enough. Let's let bygones be bygones here and read whatever this horse shit is.
Yeah. Forgive and forget. That's emphasize the forget part, please.
It would be called. In one of the moments, I think it was the first hearing, although I've had several, the people that patted me down for Securicor went, all right, Russell, geezer, just 50 years old, just some normal geezer. Patted me down on that for weapons or, I don't know, sharps. And I'm going to have to touch your hair now. You're not going to like this.
The other thing I like, and this is, again, what signals fake to me. We heard, remember the other clips way back at the beginning of this? He's yelling and screaming and being flamboyant and calling Piers hideous. Like he's shucking and jiving all over that place. And then Piers says, why don't you give me an example of your religion? And all of a sudden it's, well, it's really interesting you asked me that, Piers. Man, God is, he's in this room right now. It's really something what God means to me. All of a sudden he's so quiet and subdued when he's talking about God. That's again what tells you, he didn't suddenly lose his passion that he had a moment ago. Like you can talk about God in a indoor voice. he can talk about it at a normal level.
No, yeah, it's he goes into the Russell Crowe voice, not Russell Brand, about God. He turns into Noah talking about this shit.
The whole country's behind you, mate. Whole country's behind you. And I felt very, very encouraged. I felt very encouraged that these institutions with their emblems, unicorns and lions, are not all there is to our country. And the reason I take it here is to sort of remember.
Behind you, mate. I like that that's what the whole country is fighting for. 16 is legal here. It's a fight worth the whole country getting behind.
The parents and family of the victims, again, ignored. But yes, the whole country behind you.
The country is behind me.
The point, I think, of becoming a Christian is to remember to put back together again who you are. That you're not, and I'm not, our identity in the world. Like the identity of, I have to do this to get money or get whatever it is that we think we're getting. And it actually is real, into so much as to say Christ is real. That even in the transition from you had the perspicacity and the insight to diagnose it, even in my agitation at being in an unfamiliar situation, even with someone I've known interstitially, as you correctly assessed at the beginning.
Oh, I forgot the other element of this. He's selling a book. He wrote a book, How to Be a Christian in 7 Days or something like that.
The Bible Part 2.
That's the other element, is like, why would I pretend to be a Christian? It's like, I don't know, you're literally profiting from it. Selling a book about it.
Sometimes when I watch this guy talk, it makes me want to just punch a red coat and like declare war again. It's something about these British.
It's so interesting when particularly actors that are known for one role come out and are kind of exactly that. I know Russell Brand did some other things, but he's known as Aldous Snow. And this is what Aldous Snow would do if he was accused of sexual assault.
Exactly.
Pretend to be a Christian. It's so interesting. That's why it was such a great character and so well played. I think there's a lot of elements of that guy in him, or he adopted them after, or something.
A lot of this feels like Larry David wrote it. I don't know how to explain it, but yes.
My whole life's a trial. And it's not culminating, because there will be a life after it, whether it's in jail or not. But in that trial, in the hardest times, I've found him. And it's not like a sort of a palliative. And I suppose the reason I feel difficult around you is because I feel like there's a cynicism that if I talk about.
God, is that you? Yes, bitches, Russell. Am I right? They're always making shit up.
I should have not given them mouths. Why did I do that, Russell?
Thank you, God.
As Blind Mike would say, bitches be crazy.
They should do. That is my
something that is very.
It is your catch. We all know that.
Beautiful and certainly robust enough to withstand any of us.
I'm not questioning your faith.
I'm not saying that you are. I'm not saying that you are. That I think it's so important, not because of me, obviously, because who are any one of us? He has no favourites. I feel like.
I mean, I'm pretty up there, no?
I mean, you see the size of this cross? I'm not a favorite, but he does like his jewelry, if you know what I mean.
I'm not his favorite, but he was very invested in my trial, so.
He did send that 16-year-old to touch my boner. So, I mean, God has something for me.
I'm sure he spends time with you guys in other ways, but like me, he was focused on this.
Hopefully this isn't a grift. Hopefully all of our lives aren't just some stupid attempt to guide.
Hopefully this isn't a grift.
Fingers crossed.
Hey, let's do this. Give me your money, and then we'll all hope it's not a grift. How about that? Buy my book.
On the material things in this temporary place to create the appearance of permanence as we just pass through time to death. In this horror of this time where the worst things that could be said about a man were said about me. And while my son was having surgeries,
don't bring your kids into it.
The other side of me is going to come out. If he is being railroaded, that's horrible. It's horrible. Like if this is just totally fake, like if women came out and accused him of fake things, that's horrible. He did admit to sleeping with a 16-year-old, which is legal where it happened, England or wherever the fuck it was. Kind of crazy. And like Megyn Kelly literally said, like, that's all I need to hear. I'm done with the guy. So it's like weird but if he is being railroaded on criminal charges and they're not real, that sucks. But he has gone out of his way to make even a guy like me not be able to defend him. Like, there's nothing. He just looks so silly here.
Yes.
Did you know that his ex-wife, Katy Perry, is also being charged with SA crimes?
Yes.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Hers is kind of gross, too. Go ahead, Electra, describe it. Go ahead, describe it. Describe the crime.
I mean, I don't even know all of it, but...
No, just describe the crime, Electra. What happened? Do it.
I refuse.
So there's this lesbian lady who was hanging out with Katy Perry, and then I guess Katy Perry ran up to her and rubbed her pussy on the lesbian's face, and then the lesbian vomited. And that is the story. That is the actual story that appeared.
I feel like a bad
That's not the one I heard.
No, that's... What did you hear?
All right, well, let's move on.
Moving on.
Is yours worse or better?
Really, no, because you've heard me say it elsewhere. The most graceful and beautiful things happened in my life. I felt whole and I felt loved and I felt everything's going to be all right.
And that's it, Mike. That's where you...
It continues with him in that very sweet and voice.
What the fuck is that?
Minutes ago, we heard him, "You're ridiculous, Pierce," just screaming and making a spectacle himself. And then religion comes up and he's like, "I'm so glad you asked me about that." He's got his master's voice on.
All right, Mike, we have
super chats.
A few of those here. Here we go.
Chris Primer. Isn't he the guy who offers you a Jeffrey?
Yes, when the world slips you a Jeffrey, pet the furry walls.
Yeah.
Stroke the furry walls, I'm sorry.
Stroke him. Pugcopter. Mike, if there's a God, why are you blind?
I ask myself that all the time, brother.
To
learn. In a past life, maybe I was very bad.
God needed someone. God needed someone to listen to 15 podcasts a day, and he picked you, Mike.
That's right.
To test your faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something. Manny Muskets, please review Russell Brand's Jesus special circa 2015.
That might be a good one.
Oh, is it? I have a feeling it's the complete opposite of what we just.
Yeah, I bet.
What you should do is watch 5 minutes of the special, then 2 minutes of the Pierce Morgan interview, just back to back.
Or just have that playing, him flipping through the pages.
Yeah.
Yes.
This big old cross.
That's interesting. That's a good idea for Patreon. Thank you, Manny Muskets.
Suburban Tug Time. Casey with the great instincts, as always.
Hey, leave me alone. I fixed it. Sometimes I take.
If we couldn't fix that, I would have been furious. But we rebounded pretty quickly, so it's all right.
I did have like close-up shots of Pierce's face while he was watching it that were very funny. That's what I was hoping for. But the music you were
with those, my thing is you got to let them play out. Like
Yeah.
I think that's what made that so magical is that there was complete silence.
it was beautiful. That clip is amazing. Oh, another one here. God damn it.
Colostomy Stephen Craig. You can remove the filter and the voice, but that HACKRIDE instinct is still in there.
It's in the name. It's in the name. I can't get rid of it. I'm hack. Like I said.
Yes, signature instincts. That is for sure.
Chris Primer coming in with $5. Turning to religion is sometimes a sign that a performer's career is going south.
Yeah. They accused Rogan of that. Rogan said he was getting religious, and they're like, "Oh, something bad's coming," and it hasn't happened yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, it would be discerning if, like, Stuttering John one day had a Bible and was doing Bible verses. We know we got something. Something's wrong. Something's gonna happen.
But that would be way more believable if he was like, "All right, where is it? I don't know. This one's good enough."
Why is it Bible verses? Go ahead.
We have a membership chat too from Brando807, celebrating 10 months of membership.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Thanks for everything, Mikey. I have cherished this 10 months of friendship. I would like to read my 2 favorite verses from the Book of Our Lord and Savior.
No, it's gonna take you an hour to find them.
Thank you, Brenda.
One more here, sneaking in on the wire.
Voltaire. On which day of being a Christian did Brand get the idea to write his book? Day 8?
Yes.
That's the craziest part. Is like when Piers asked him, "Why are you on this podcast?" That he should have just said, "Well, to sell my book," because that's the honest answer. But that would
render to Caesar what is Caesar's. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Cha-ching. All right, Mike. Jeff Dye time.
Speaking of fake Christians, I guess.
Hey-o.
Jeff Dye is one of our latest favorite subjects on the program here. And shout out to Ben Avery and Lemon Party for exposing you. I've seen some of the lemon heads in our chat or the comments recently. So Ben Avery is how I discovered Jeff Dye. And at first I was like, what's Ben so worked up about? And then the more you look into Jeff Dye, it's very clear. I think he hides in plain sight a little bit, but like he's one of the phoniest guys I've ever come across. And this is what always gets him into trouble. So we talked last week about him getting edited out of Kill Tony. He did a podcast where he's like, guys, things just keep falling into place for your boy. I'm in Vegas. I text Tony Hinchcliffe. I say, put me on that show. And he says, you got it, my man. And I'm doing Kill Tony at WrestleMania. Turns out, the text exchange probably went something more like, Tony, can I please come on, please? And Tony was like, fine. And then this played out. So he gets edited out of the Netflix episode of Kill Tony after begging his way on, and he responds to it on his podcast this week. Is that where we start?
Yes, we start with movement.
Oh no, so this is what I mean about Jeff Dye, where he comes across as a guy who wants you to believe he's like the start of a movement, and he does this thing where he's in the middle. He's like, I don't know why people think I'm trying to hop on to the MAGA trend, or I'm trying to grift and pretend to have some right-wing ideology. But then he's like, hey guys, we're really starting a movement here. And this is I think you can use Patreon if you're like, hey, I don't do any bonus content, but if you want to support the program, give it to Patreon. I have no problem with that. To frame it as a movement is a level of douchebag that I've rarely encountered, and that's what Jeff Dye attempts here.
Because there's just so many choices, and my Patreon isn't there yet. I'm not a big well-oiled machine. I don't have a production company like Tom Segura and these other guys. Like I don't have much on my Patreon.
When Cumtown had the biggest Patreon in the world, or Tim Dillon or Matt and Shane, did they have massive production companies behind them? Or was Shane a guy that said a racial slur and got in trouble for it, and then it got way bigger than he ever expected? Like, Nick Mullen was fucking around with two of his buddies and then accidentally put Patreon on the map. You don't need a big production company behind you in order to make a bonus episode every week.
Subscribing to my Patreon is just saying, Jeff, we love you. We support what you're doing. We support the movement that you're trying to start, and we love you. By the way, what movement, Jeff? What the hell does that mean?
Okay.
Well, what does it mean?
I like when he speaks for us. What? What are you about to dazzle us with, Jeff? What the heck?
I don't like this.
So yeah, I guess I'm asking, what movement are you I'm a little more hesitant than the person that he's portraying. Movement? What movement? But he's going to tell us.
What a movement. I tried to tweet this yesterday, and of course, just a bunch of haters responded. But my movement is the
Jeff is the guy that can't get out of his own way as far as mentioning. Like, he keeps telling you how much the haters don't bother him. But the best way to show us they don't bother you is not fucking mentioning them. You can't at every turn go, I tweeted, and of course it's all trolls, it's all pieces of shit. Like Ben Avery and Red Bar. Red Bar's been dead for months, and he's still in this guy's head. It's crazy.
God, I had something there.
Idea of being an individual. That's what I'm most passionate about.
Oh.
And when I say...
This is worse than the Russell Brand video.
That is... Being an individual. I'm passionate about individuality.
Let me try and. I'm a very stupid man. Let me try and wrap my head around this. I'm most passionate about being an individual. What does the passion go to? Like, you have to be passionate about doing things that can make you an individual. You can't just be like, I'm an individual. I am. I'm saying I'm so passionately an individual. Oh, I'm the most individual.
It means nothing. I have never heard a statement that means less.
How can you be the most individual? Like, what is that? This is what I'm talking about. Can Jeff Dye have had something happen to him in 2020, or just like live the life that we all experienced and say, you know what? I guess I'm leaning a little more right than I was. Sure, that's believable. Can something happen where like he finds Christianity or God? Absolutely. It's his manner of speaking that makes me think it's all horseshit. Where it's like, I'm starting a movement of individuals. It's like, well, that is literally nothing. That is a complete, the most perfect empty gesture that anyone's ever come up with to say, I'm part of a movement of individuals.
And he posts something. He posts something, and then it's all trolls. That's the movement, Jeff. The movement is against you. You don't understand where you are in the movement. I don't see.
All these individuals are coming together to say you suck.
Yeah, you are a magnet. I just don't think in the way you think. All right.
By the way, if you like Jeff Dye's comedy, terrific. I don't know. I'm not trying to start a movement. I don't know that Ben Avery would say he's trying to start a movement against Jeff Dye.
No, I am. Fuck this guy.
He's just calling out bullshit that he observes. And you can follow that or not follow it. You don't have to start a movement of individuals. By the way, a movement of individuals is literally society. There's no...
Yes, it's all people everywhere.
There's no subsect of that.
Yeah. I don't like this guy because he fucks supermodels and he's smug about it. I don't like that. Like, high five. You're fucking supermodels. Don't be smug about it.
Oh, I don't know. I disagree. That's the only thing I like about him. Good for him.
The idea of being an individual. That's what I'm most passionate about. And when I say this, I am not coming up with some new idea. I am not reinventing the wheel. I am not teaching or learning anything new. I am simply remembering something that is ancient. Okay? The point of you being this beautiful one of one in this vast world is that you're an individual. No one will ever have your experiences.
No, is nothing. He is saying literally nothing. You're a person, and you do things every day, and every day that you live is yours. Somebody else can have the same day, but that's not your day. You're experiencing your day, and no one else has your experiences. No shit. That's not anything, Jeff. You've stumbled on to nothing. This is like, I mean, even to call it college level psychology or sociology would be insulting to college students. This is the most shallow observation I've ever heard. And he's calling it a movement that society doesn't understand, by the way. He's framing it like we can't wrap our heads around what he's saying.
He's talking to us like we're one of the ditzy broadsy bangs. We don't need, we're individual. Oh my God, I'm below this guy. No, Jeff, we're people that are comedy fans. Talk to us like people.
Sure.
No one will ever have your thoughts. No one will ever have your looks, your DNA, your everyday life. Every human being is completely different, and that's what makes them fantastic. It's what makes them interesting. It's what makes them great. We are all so different than each other. If you think people are the same or similar or easy to group or stereotype, you're wrong. You're just not paying attention.
What? Jeff, next you're going to tell me racism is wrong.
Yeah, this is some magic. Jeff Tice turned into Magic Johnson.
Are you telling me, Jeff, it sounds kind of like, and I don't want to accuse you of suggesting this. Are you saying I shouldn't judge books by their covers? Is that what you're saying, Jeff? Why? Why not?
Tom Brady's a great quarterback. Magic Johnson.
Give me one good reason that I shouldn't judge people at face value. Show me an example where that hasn't worked perfectly. Show me an example where someone has exceeded your first reaction to them.
Nope. It's all jacket covers, Mike. It's all book jacket covers. That's all we are. It's no story.
Humans are so interesting.
Yes, we are. Especially you.
Like, what a completely empty comment. Humans are so interesting.
It's all like
not by the way, not every single one. That's uninteresting people.
It's like you got the nerd who never got high in high school high, and he's like, "Oh my God, people are interesting." Yeah,
just spinning around on this big blue marble. What if our dreams were real and reality was a dream?
Oh my gosh! So
you ever thought about that?
Yes.
Fucking crazy.
Oh no! Up next, groups. Now we learn about the individual, Mike. Now let's learn about groups.
I have a feeling. Why? I mean, people get so set in their ways. Why would you dedicate your life to a group? Huh? Why wouldn't you be more of a, say it with me, folks, individual? Yes, the movement of individual.
That's why it's so ignorant when people lump black people together or white people together or poor people.
No. Jeff, I think they're all the same. Why shouldn't I think like that? Second grade level anti-racism speech.
Oh my God.
Or rich people or any of these things. These groups are foolish. Get it off of you. Get that stink of
wash that black off of you.
And here's my ultimate problem with it too. Like, but to be clear, what he's saying is correct.
Of course.
Like I've said, like anytime like a cops are called racist or like any group that's generalized like that. I say stuff like that. I'm like, well, cops are people. Some are racist, some aren't. Like that's just how all of life works. But to present it as this idea that no one had thought of, like, wait a minute. Are you telling me, now you stop right there. Are you telling me that not every black person is bad? And now, wait a second. I'm willing to get on board with you there. But not every white person is bad either? Get out of town. Jeff, I just don't buy it. It's so innovative what you're saying.
We're at Bob Saget level of knowledge here.
He presents these ideas, and this, by the way, when people shit on me for saying, like, I don't think Rogan's a dumb guy, I get shit on that for that in the comments. I'm comparing Joe Rogan to this. Like, judged on the scale of comedians that like think they're introspective and try to get philosophical and talk about big picture ideas, I think a guy like Joe Rogan is much better at it. What you're looking at with Jeff Dye is a guy who desperately wants to be that. And that's what you have with Bryan Callen. Schaub has some of that. Like, these guys that emulate Rogan, I think Tony has a little bit of that too, where they want to be viewed as this cerebral, deep thinker that has a lot of interests and thinks about things in a completely new and different way. They're aspiring to be Rogan. So that's what I'm saying when I think Rogan's in a different category than a guy like Jeff Dye.
And they're all aspiring to be Dirk Diggler, Mike. The porn star who can sing. They're all that guy. It's so funny.
Group of tribe off of you. That's the movement I'm trying to start. I'm trying to say, listen, Jeff Dye is not grifting. Jeff Dye is not...
That's the title for your show right there. One-man show. Jeff Dye is not grifting.
Imagine having to proclaim that. And I say before all of you individuals, Jeff Dye is not grifting. Well, what?
We didn't think you were, but now we do.
That's what the movement is? We all have to just get behind the fact that you're not trying to fool us?
What a movement. It's an individual.
Even reading his audience. Jeff Dye is not pandering. Jeff Dye is not even looking at the crowd and going, where do you want me to go with this? I am not trying to read the room. I am simply one man with a lot to say.
Wait, is there a word for that? I
on stage with a mic?
It's on my T-shirt. I'm an individual. That's right.
Very often wrong, and I'm very often right. And sometimes I'm in the middle of just a childlike mind trying to get to the bottom of things.
I'm just like you guys. I'm just like you, man. I'm just trying to get through this all too. I'm just a kid in this big scary world.
Up next, we have permission, Mike. He's giving us permission.
Oh, okay. So I believe this is directed at not so much you and I, but shows like this. Like I said, Lemon Party and Ben Avery.
Put it out there with zero fear of what this might make me look like. At least I get credit for that. At least I'm not a pussy. At least I'll say some things and people go, damn, Jeff's willing to still yammering about Black Lives Matter.
Jeff's willing to shock us all with his hot takes.
His individual takes, Mike.
I like that. What he's saying, if I can translate, Jeff's like, hey, I'm not going to apologize for being willing to go there.
Yes.
You bad boy.
He snapped his finger twice when he said that.
I went.
And you know that, Mike? I don't care. I'm one guy with some things to say. And that is the point of Die Hard. That is the point of this podcast. Now, if you want to start your own podcast narrating how dumb and boring and how hacky I am, then go ahead. Or if you want to follow and subscribe and say,
Hi.
We did.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Mission accomplished.
Know that this isn't a lot of content, but I agree with what he's trying to do, then we love you. And thanks for being over at Patreon.
You're welcome.
All right, Kill Tony time.
Okay, so yeah, this is what we're all here for. He like I said, he was on Kill Tony, the Netflix episode, and he was very excited to do it. And then we see an Instagram post basically saying that Jeff Dye was on the show. Then when you watch the Netflix episode, suddenly he's not there anymore. And I think he was the only one edited out, which makes his response even crazier. Now, listen, do I think it's possible that people bombed on Kill Tony, especially if wrestlers are doing sets and performing? Of course, absolutely. But Jeff has this habit where he lashes out at people. And then later will be like, why are all these people saying I'm talking shit? Like, I'm interested in comedy and podcasts, so I cover the goings-on in that world. It interests me. So I'm covering when Jeff Dye talks about getting edited out of Kill Tony. What he says here, when it comes back to bite him in the ass, he's going to do a video saying, I don't understand why everyone's taking me out of context. All these shows are, I said Tony was a nice guy. I said I like him. Why are they taking me out of context? Remember this, Jeff. We're not taking you out of context. This is a shitty way to react to getting edited out of a show.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Should we talk about Kill Tony? I did Kill Tony. It was very fun. Kill Tony. Shout out to Tony Hinchcliffe. Tony Hinchcliffe has wiggled his little way into all of his dreams coming true. As far as, he's got money. He's in the city he loves. He's friends with people as cool as Joe Rogan and others. And one of the best things I think you can do with your success is, or power, or celebrity, or money, or whatever, using it to wiggle your way into your other interests, right? So, like, I've worked really hard at being a stand-up.
Wiggle his way as if Tony hasn't earned it subliminally. Hey, he wiggled his way in there. It's like, well, Tony's worked hard. I don't know.
He does look like a man that would wiggle, though. Tony has a...
I suppose it fits his vibe, but it seems purposely demeaning.
Yes.
Comedian. And I will try to wring that, any little remote success I've ever had, I try to wring it out so that I can go to baseball games, meet baseball players, go to wrestling events, hang out with wrestlers, like that. Like, I've tried my best for those kind of things. And so has Tony. So for Tony to have his own Kill Tony show at WrestleMania, that is a Tony Hinchcliffe wet dream, I can't think of anything Tony would like better than that. He gets to be at WrestleMania both nights, real good seats, and then at night he gets to, like, have the wrestlers come perform for him on Kill Tony. Like, that's pretty cool.
This is all, by the way, him giving Tony permission to do that. Like, it's weird that he's all this setup, like, he's going to eventually criticize the episode, but all this setup is like, man, I admire Tony for doing that. You know what? Keep doing it, Tone. Keep doing it. It's like, no, he didn't need your permission. So let's cut to the chase here. Get to what you really want to say.
Well, as you guys know, I was already going to WrestleMania because of the gracious and genius and sweet Paul Heyman.
You love doing
formerly
that.
Paul.
There was an episode a few weeks ago where he's like, I'm in Washington, D.C., and I invite my friends RFK and Tulsi Gabbard out, and unfortunately they weren't around, but I text them, I say, Tulsi, I just miss you. I want to see you. Like, he casually slips in that he's friends with famous people in such an uncouth way, quite frankly. Like, he does it in this way where it's like, he clearly, there's no reason to mention that he's invited by Paul Heyman. No one gives a shit. He could have just said, I was already at WrestleMania. Thanks to the great Paul Heyman. Shout out Paul Heyman. It's this way of, like, saving face. Like, I may have been edited out of the video, but people wanted me there. Don't worry.
Anytime I hear anything like that, I just think of Nathan Fielder. Like, my friends are all off of camera laughing with me. Look, you can't see them.
Like, I get, fear is the wrong word, but I get uncomfortable with, like, wrongly diagnosing these people. That's why I was so hesitant to start talking about Jeff Dye. Because I was like, is he a phony? And just the more I watch him, I'm like, he seems like a complete phony. An utter fraud. Like, he doesn't have a real personality and he's just taking this one on.
I've seen tons of LA comics, just grinders, people that live in LA, work jobs, and are just comedians, and they don't have any of that LA-ness to them. He has all of it. He got it all.
But he wants you to believe he has none of it.
Yeah.
He wants you to think he's not LA. He's trapped in LA. His special title is literally titled The Last Cowboy in LA. He wants you to think he's this renegade stuck in this ugly world.
It's his identity. Like, when you live here long enough, it plasters itself onto you, and it's a choice. Am I going to be a douchebag LA guy or am I not? But then models start putting their pussies in your face, Mike, and you're like, yep, I'm a douchebag.
I don't understand why you're obsessed with that angle of it. He's a handsome man. He deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, it's why we don't, like, the one comedian who got a lot of shit, right, who does the crowd work, and he's Pretty Boy, what's his name? Oh, I don't know.
Matt Rife.
He doesn't get the shit for fucking the models, but he's fucking the models. This guy, like, walks around on red carpets like, look what I'm fucking. And so you kind of get a little.
That's a very oddly jealous angle of this.
I'm jealous as hell of it. Are you kidding me? She's hot.
Paul E. Dangerously from ECW. Paul Heyman very generously left me 2 nights of WrestleMania entertainment at the box office, and we got to go. Me and my buddy Cole went, and it was awesome. So anyways, because Kill Tony was going to be there, I was like, hey, I'm already going to be there. Can I perform? And Tony's like, hell yeah, come on the show. So I just go out and...
Did he say hell yeah? Was he really excited?
That was not the hell yeah of excitement.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Everything I'm going to say, I hope, is not taken out of context, but I'll just be as honest as I can be. Everyone did bad but me. I'm just being honest. I know that sounds terrible.
I mean, this is what he does. And he did it with Kristen Cavallari. He did it with Sarah Hyland. Like, he has these interactions with people, and they make him feel bad. Like, I guess Sarah Hyland was mean to him on a movie set. Kristen Cavallari broke his heart. And so he lashes out and says these shitty things about them. And then, like, if this gets picked up, or if it gets back to Tony and Tony doesn't like it, or if it becomes a big thing online, he's going to do a response video and be like, oh, you guys took me so out of context. He's going to blame everyone else. Everyone did bad but me, is what he said. I'm not editing that. Like, that's what he said. And he'll continue to double and triple down on that.
Context, but I'll just be as honest as I can be. Everyone did bad but me. I'm just being honest. I know that sounds terrible. William Montgomery did not do well.
I believe that.
And I think that he will tell you that. Then 2 people went out and they did not do well. And I think they will tell you that.
Again, I'm perfectly willing to believe people on Kill Tony did poorly. Like, the idea that William Montgomery bombed is not shock. I'm not like, what? That's impossible. But to be invited on the show, and then for whatever reason, Tony was like, well, that sucked or doesn't fit the show or whatever reason. And by the way, Jeff will eventually talk about a reason that I think makes perfect sense why he might have gotten edited out. And so to slam the show like this and say everyone sucked on it but me is such a shitty, low road way to respond to this.
That's how I end every Unboxing Eric episode back behind the scenes. Like, hey guys, I was great. You all sucked. That's how you do it.
Right.
Leadership, Mike.
Then Kane went out and he did terrible. But he's not a comedian. He's just a big pro wrestler and a mayor of Knox County, and it was not good. And then I went out and the reason I'm just being honest about it.
To my credit. Okay, we got our title.
You've already credited yourself, Jeff.
Yes. We got our show title. Thank you, Jeff Dye.
Everyone did poorly but me. Kane bombed, William Montgomery bombed. And now, to my credit, I didn't bomb.
Just to my credit. That is the title for today's episode. And
can I just say that when I looked up Jeff Dye to find pictures for the intro, this was not the guy that came up.
No.
Okay.
That's out of context, but yeah, just letting you know that I think I put the wrong Jeff Dye in for the intro.
No, that can't be true because we're all individuals, Electra, and there can't be another Jeff Dye. There's only one.
Well.
All right, I tried.
Well, that was your signature derailment of the program. Thank you, Alexa.
You're welcome.
Tried.
How I did is because I do stand up every night. Of course I did good. I went out and I always do stupid wrestling jokes in my regular act. So for me to be in a setting where everybody's waiting for a professional comedian and I have wrestling jokes, of course I did good.
I gotta say,
yes, I did.
So for him to crush, as he's describing it, Andy has wrestling jokes like that fit the theme perfectly. I mean, this guy, it should have been the trailer of the episode. Why would they edit that out? It doesn't make any sense, right? But this is what I mean about a delusional guy. Like, there's not for a second does he think, maybe I didn't do as well as I thought I did. Like, he's putting his stamp on the fact, like, I crushed. I was fantastic. There's not a second of him thinking like, geez, I thought I did okay, but apparently not because I was edited out. It's also this subliminal way of saying like, well, Tony didn't want me to steal the show. If I was left in there, everyone would think, hey, the Jeff Dye show was pretty good. And Tony would have to be like, it's a Kill Tony, not the Jeff Dye show. It's mine.
Now I'm really curious as to why they did cut it out, because clearly, Mike, it was
hilarious.
Yes.
He brought the house down, yeah. People must have been so mad. you know how embarrassed people were? They leave that Kill Tony WrestleMania show and they go home and they immediately text everyone they know and they post on Reddit and they're talking about it all week. They're like, hey, Jeff Dye crushed. And then people go, you weren't even there. Jeff Dye wasn't on the episode. And they have to live with the fact that it's just this moment in time that they won't get to share with anyone, that they only have to themselves.
I picture a scene like out of Dave where the entire Dye family is together waiting for the episode to air, waiting for his moment to be on, and it just doesn't come. And they slowly leak out of the room and get in their cars and leave, and he's the last one in the room.
Right.
Yeah. I did good, and I'm not shy. I don't care. I don't mind saying that. I was like, fuck yeah, I fucking feel pretty good. I actually feel a little better because other people did bad. So anyways, Nia Jax ate a fat one. Jey Uso didn't even prepare any material. Everyone did bad. In fact, there was a guy who got an applause break because he has autism. He goes, I have autism, and then everyone clapped. And then he did terrible, in my opinion. And then they interviewed him for like 20 minutes, and they gave him a golden ticket after his first appearance ever on Kill Tony.
But that's how that works, by the way. That's usually not always. Sometimes they get it after their second, third, fifth time, whatever. But usually it's like your first appearance. Tony gives you a golden ticket if you do well. I like that Jeff is like, why didn't I get a golden ticket? I've been on before. He's mad that it's his first time on the show. Who cares, Jeff? Who gives a shit?
That wiggly Tony, man. He's always wiggling.
But like, so what he's saying now are the criticisms that people online give Kill Tony. Like, this could easily be a Reddit post. This guy sucked. That guy sucked. A guy just said he had autism. He got an applause break and they gave him a golden ticket. The show sucked. That could easily be a Reddit or a YouTube comment that Jeff hates so much. And we'll hear him talk about Red Bar later, and he addresses Ben Avery at times where he's like, why do you obsess over me? Why do you comment on what I do? Worry about what you do. And I hate when comedians do that because it's like, no, you have that in you too. We're just talking about things that interest us, and sometimes it's going to be shitty things that interest us. And that's what Jeff is doing here to a show he asked to be a part of.
That's the show. Undertaker barely spoke on the panel at all.
That's kind of his entire thing, but all right.
Yeah, you just hear a bell, and that's sort of, oh, he's here.
Quite a wrestling fan. Undertaker barely spoke.
It's true. You don't know shit about wrestling, Jeff. Goddamn.
Looked at everyone uncomfortably. So even the guests weren't great, like as far as on the thing. And then when it gets on Netflix, I'm the only thing that was cut out. They edited me out of the show. It was mind-boggling. But whatever. It's okay. I love you, Tony. I love all those wrestlers. I actually love all those Kill Tony comics that I just said didn't do well. But I'm being honest. They didn't. I can't think of a person.
He does. He hides behind. He's like, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Okay, well, do you want to be that guy that says the honest thing to appease the trolls that are like, yeah, William Montgomery sucks? Or do you want to be a guy that's like, can I please do Kill Tony, please? Hey, I'm in town. Can I come on the show? And like, by the way, like a guy of Jeff Dye's status shouldn't be begging to do a set on Kill Tony. Like when they go to New York, Tony invites comics he likes on. He has like Dave Attell on, or even like people he's friends with, like Joe DeRosa go on. It's not this thing where it's like, can I do a minute, please? That's a strange instinct for a guy that's as established as Jeff to have, and then to kind of throw a temper tantrum that he wasn't in it. And everyone sucked but me. I'm the only good one. Do you not realize how that comes off, Jeff, and why people would be critical of that and mock that? Like, it's a reaction. And by the way, it's very easy to do when there's no footage of it. If I'm Tony, by the way, I'm releasing the set.
Yes.
I'm like, all right, motherfucker, here it goes.
Perfect. Great idea.
You, Tony. Yeah. I love all those wrestlers. I actually love all those Kill Tony comics that I just said didn't do well. But I'm being honest. They didn't. I can't.
Mike, I've been around many moons, and I can tell you a piece of advice. Honest people don't think about being honest. They're just honest. They don't talk about, I'm honest. They're just honest. If you talk about, I'm honest, look at me, I'm always the honest one, people. I tell you, don't trust those people because honest people don't think about being honest. They're just honest.
It's also where he's thinking already about whatever backlash he'll get from this. Like he's trying to preempt Tony hearing it. Or, hey, I'm just being honest. I like all those guys. I'm burdened with this commitment to honesty that I have. It's just honesty is always lurking over my shoulder. And if I want to be an individual, I have to be honest.
If he was honest, he would be like, Tony, I'm hurt that I was erased out of this. I'm hurt that I might not be as good as I think I am. I need to reevaluate.
Or like even say like, hey, I thought I did better than William Montgomery. Why wasn't I in this?
Right.
But when it's so clear that you're saying everyone didn't do well because you got edited out, it's a hurt little boy being like, well, you all suck, and I'm the only good one.
He's like 2 seconds away from saying, I took my ball and I went home. Like he is.
Think of a person I love more than Casey Rocket, and he didn't do good. I love Laser, but he didn't do good. I don't think anyone did good.
I believe all this, by the way. You don't need to tell me Uncle Laser wasn't funny. I believe it. But it's just unnecessary. Like, even as a guy, like, my job is making fun of comedians, or talking about comedy, I guess I should say, is what I do here on this show. And I do okay at it. And even I think, like, why are you just shitting on them for no reason? Especially when you're a guy, and we'll hear him talk about Red Bar in a minute, when you're a guy that poo-poos those shows, the commentary shows and reaction channels. You're like, get a life, do something with you. If you're that guy, how do you then also just lambaste everyone for a show you were edited out of?
It was just a real bad show. I thought for sure there's no way they cut me out. I got laughs and stuff, and then they chose.
Literally,
all the guys.
It was just a real bad show. And he's going to be like, and people are going to take this out of context.
I've never wanted to watch a Tony Hinchcliffe show clip more. Ever than this.
Promotion. Yeah.
Yes. Cut one out of every one, Tony, and make him go and bitch about it. What a marketing ploy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
As you named are Kill Tony regulars that the Kill Tony factory puts on the road on shows and stuff, so it helps them to give them the lift for.
I get it, but you could argue that maybe it doesn't help them to put their sets when
put
they're
a product
bombing.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, because Tony Hinchcliffe texted me almost immediately. It's like Tony knew that I wasn't going to make the cut immediately, which there's a conversation to be had there.
He said, according to the original report, Tony said the joke he made when Jeff was walking off stage was, well, that won't make the Netflix cut. So, like, Tony did know it immediately and said it.
That
continue.
That just means he wasn't good, right? Tony kind of judge. He's a comedy judge, right?
Well, I'll tell you what I do sort of believe. Like, if a comedian went on there, like if it's this WrestleMania thing, and just a comic Tony's friends with went up and it was totally out of place, even if it was good, I get why they would edit it out. Like, it's Netflix, they have rights to wrestling now. Like, I get it being a solely WrestleMania promotion, but it sounds like Jeff did all wrestling jokes.
Yeah.
So it still doesn't make any sense.
None.
Some sort of competitive posturing, maybe. I don't know what it was, but somehow either
go back.
Tony or Netflix.
Just Tony, like, damn, Jeff's gonna look so good. When say what you want about Tony, I think Tony's ego is like crazy and out of control. Some of it might be a bit, but like sometimes I don't get the bit because it makes him look bad. So Tony has an ego on him for sure. But one thing you got to give Tony credit for is lifting people up, almost to their detriment. Like any guest or regular that walks out there, this guy's the greatest. He's a legend. He's unstoppable. He's a powerful force. He's unbelievable. Like, Tony lifts people up to a degree that it's difficult for them to live up to.
Yeah, he gasses them up. Yeah.
He really does. So for Jeff to call this competitive posturing, let me hear that again, because that seems completely off base.
When put a product out. Yeah.
Yeah, because Tony Hinchcliffe texted me almost immediately. It's like Tony knew that I wasn't going to make the cut immediately, which there's a conversation to be had there. Was this some sort of competitive posturing? Maybe. I don't know what it was.
Asking, did Jeff do so well that Tony's like, if I release this, people will look down at me and they'll want Jeff to host the show.
Kill Jeff. Oh no.
What a crazy egotistical thought to have.
That's an LA thought, Mike. That is a Los Angeles thought.
Is Tony trying to silence me so that people don't beg for me to take over the show? Competitive posturing. So if they leave Jeff in the episode and it does well and people are like, Jeff is fucking awesome, does that make Tony any less of a millionaire? Is he not on the Kevin Hart roast? Does it kill his deals with the fucking Fox and Netflix? I think he's still doing all right.
Yeah, and Jeff Dye, one thing you are good at, naming your next show, because competitive, that is a great name.
Competitive
for your,
posturing?
Yes, for your next special.
But somehow, either Tony or Netflix, don't like me or whatever. But he said,
or any of your jokes too personal about wrestlers to where any wrestlers gotten their feels.
Not at all. In fact, it happened too quickly that I don't think it could have gotten back to any of the wrestlers. It was all just me joking about wrestling. You know my wrestling jokes. They're pretty frivolous in the grand scheme of things. But I don't know. Tony immediately texted me the next day. We're talking about less than 12 hours later. Hey, you've been edited out. I was like, all right, well, that was pretty direct. And then he goes,
nice of him to warn him.
Yeah.
Like
the family and such.
Tony owes you nothing. You asked to be on the show. He owes you no explanation of why you're edited out. Like he let you know before you find out elsewhere. That's kind of. I'm not saying it's the nicest way he could have handled it. He could have been a little gentler, I suppose. But again, Jeff keeps taking these things as an affront to him, like he's been insulted in some way.
Mm-hmm. There's a kind of a rich kid attitude. A little bit of a rich kid attitude, like entitled.
Well, he gets into that. Like Red Bar, I guess, accused him of being rich, and he's very sensitive about that. He's like, I'm not rich. My friends are rich. I'm not. Whatever.
My friends, I mean my parents.
They just wanted the bucket pulls, the wrestlers, and the Kill Tony regulars. So essentially, I'm the only one who doesn't fit in any of those categories. So all the other people make it, and I don't. But it's okay. Here's the other part of this that I'm sure that people who are listening to cause drama or hate on me aren't even going to get this far in what I'm about to say.
Oh, stop it! Stop the clip! Don't play it. This will blow our whole take up. It'll make us look silly. Don't play this.
All right, we're done. Let's go to the super chats.
No, you know what? I'm going to try and be an individual here. Let's play the rest. Let's see. This is going to make us... I'll be wiping the egg off my face here, but let's let Jeff say his piece.
People who are listening to cause drama or hate on me aren't even going to get this far in what I'm about to say. But it's okay. These things happen. I've been a part of television for long enough to know things get edited out. Sometimes things are edited out because it doesn't match the rest. Sometimes things are edited out.
Then why do all the other stuff? This is what I mean, Jeff. You can't now go... Because here's what's going to happen. If it becomes a thing, like I said, that gets back to Tony or that causes drama, as he said, he's going to hide behind this part of his sentence. Mm-hmm. Or this part of his soliloquy here, where he's like, I said it was fine. What's everyone so worked up about? I said it was fine. I said this happens in TV. He's going to ignore the part where he's like, everyone sucked. I was the only funny one. I don't know why they would cut me out. Maybe Tony was a little jealous. Maybe he's competitive and he didn't like that I was the only funny one on the show. And by the way, when you say I was the only funny one, you're also saying Tony wasn't funny. Which, that's fine if you're being honest, if that's true. That's perfectly fine to say Tony wasn't funny. But don't now get sensitive when you're not invited back on Kill Tony. Like, oh, they can't handle me. I was too good. Lead with the part where it's like, hey, there's a bunch of reasons I could have been edited out. It's not a big deal. I've been a part of enough TV stuff to know that happens sometimes. And even, Jeff, people would respect you a lot more if you were like, hey, maybe I sucked and that's why they edited me out, but I just think I didn't fit the format they were going for. Then it's not a thing we're playing. Then it's not a thing that trolls go after you for or mention. Like, it's just silly to do this and then act like you don't know what you're doing.
He made a mountain out of a molehill, Mike. That's what he did.
It didn't have to be that big a deal.
Someone is being competitive and doesn't want it. Sometimes you're at it out because you suck. Maybe it sucked.
That was a dig at Tony Hinchcliffe right there, by the way.
Yeah, the competitive thing.
Yeah. Someone's being competitive and didn't want my talent on the screen.
Lead with maybe it sucked.
Yes.
Don't wait until 8 minutes in to go, hey, maybe it sucked. Come to that conclusion a little earlier before you fucking skewer everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Who knows? Maybe they watched it and said, fuck this. I don't like it. You know, maybe Triple H heard it and said, well, he did reference Vince McMahon, and we don't want that on there. You know, maybe, you know, who knows? But it's all okay. I'm doing great. Everything's fine.
That is Larry David right there.
Hold on. Go back. I'm doing great. Everything's fine. I mean, how many arguments have you been in with women that are like, I'm fine.
Yes.
I'm doing great. And it's like, well, I can't let this go. Pretty clearly you're not doing fine. I don't know. You're not even attempting to fool me.
The only thing is missing here is like the building burning behind him when he's saying it. Because that would be fucking great.
I'm perfectly fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's great.
And we don't want that on there. You know, maybe, you know, who knows? But it's all okay. I'm doing great. Everything's fine. I have no hard feelings towards Tony. I have no hard feelings towards Kill Tony or any of the people at Netflix. I love you. I'm not sitting around crying.
I love you. I'm not sitting around crying. No, you said everyone sucked. You criticized everyone before saying, yeah, maybe they just didn't like the set or didn't want it in there. Why did you lead with 5 minutes of bashing them? Doesn't make any sense.
It ruins your career trajectory when you start that way and end with maybe they just didn't like me. Ugh.
And there is, by the way, a difference between like being honest and bashing someone.
Oh yeah.
Like if I was a part of something and I came back and was like, yeah, it didn't really go as I expected, but I like those guys. That's not necessarily dishonest. That's just that's not ruining your relationship with them.
That's right. Mike, it's time to check in on, hopefully he's still with us, Red Bar.
Okay, good. Yeah, shout out Red Bar. Hopefully Red Bar is watching from above or wherever he is out there. But Red Bar has been gone for months, and he is still very much in Jeff Dye's head. I think this is also directed at Ben Avery and the Lemonheads out there, but he uses Red Bar as sort of the catch-all.
Say that, like,
here's how stupid these people are that try to troll me and all this different stuff like on the internet. I remember you know, Red Blark, whatever the fuck is Red.
Hilarious.
Oh, I hate that. How many guys go to that? Why did that become a thing that people go to like get you? Why did it become a thing where it's like, I don't even know his name?
It is the same reason why Chad Zumach always goes, oh, someone sent me these clips of people talking about me. I don't watch the show. I never watched the show. I don't watch the show.
Here's the really gross thing about Jeff is there's other clips from years ago and months ago of him addressing Red Bar correctly. And him going, oh yeah, this Red Bar guy doesn't like he knows his name. He's addressed him accurately before. But this is a like big timey, I don't even know who you are. You're nothing to me. Red Bar doesn't want to be famous. There's nothing that Red Bar has done that suggests glitz and glamour is what he's seeking. Could you say there's like a bitterness and anger towards comics that like you wishes his comedy career went that way? Sure. But like he doesn't want fame, and that's not why he's making fun of Jeff Dye, certainly. So this thing where it's like, what is his name? I don't even know. It's such a douchey, played out routine that people do to like be dismissive of someone. And it also lets all of us know, oh wow, this guy's really in his head. Like Red Bar is really in Jeff Dye's head.
It's one of the things that does the exact opposite of what you think it's going to do when you do it. Yeah.
You're giving him the attention of mixing up his name.
Yeah.
Like that's more thought. If you said Red Bar, that would be essentially thoughtless. but you're putting an effort to be like Red Blark. What is it? Red Bill? Red?
Yeah, that's it's lazy. Is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, Red Blark, whatever the fuck is Red Blur. He was like, Jeff Dye is a rich guy. He's a rich guy. He has a pool. I saw his family.
That's what you sound like, idiot.
That's me. That's me. Damn it.
Right? And he's like, he doesn't know that I come from a super dysfunctional, poor white trash family from Kent, Washington. I
knew why I hated this guy so much. Mike, he's nailed it. He's from Washington, dubs down forever. Fuck Washington. All right, thank you.
All right.
Lived in a car for a little while. I was like a homeless latchkey. Well, I was a latchkey kid most of my life, just growing up like poor. And then I lived in a car to pursue my stand-up comedy dream.
Where you might have gone too far. I was like a homeless kid.
Yes, I was sucking dick on the streets in
Were
Washington.
you like that, Jeff? Do you have any idea what that struggle would have been, or is it entirely different?
Yes.
Homeless by scenario. And then I've made friends with people because I've worked out my traumas and I've made them my family. I've kind of chose my family in different situations. And so I went to a home in Arizona with Emily and Jeff Wirtz, who are two of my best friends. Now, they have a pool and a giant...
I don't speak fluent Jeff Dye yet, but just from watching Ben Avery cover him, that's a thing that Ben says Jeff does a lot, where he just names innocent bystanders in his life. Whereas they got I was at Jeff and Emily's house, or whatever their names were.
In Arizona.
He names these innocuous people in his life to let you know he has friends.
On Main Street, across Street Sedona.
House and a Thanksgiving dinner and parents and cousins and people that came. Red Blark saw like a photo of me on Thanksgiving with people that I call my family and immediately assumes Jeff Dye came from money.
Yeah. What is so let's say Red Blark. What is the part Red Bar is supposed to be insecure about? Like what is the joke? What is the dig? I don't even know.
The dig, Mike, is he spent 30 years creating a brand and a name, a Red Bar, that everyone in the world knows comedy-wise. And this guy is going to pretend like he doesn't know it, minimizing his impact on the comedy world. And hopefully these like young people who don't know, maybe I'll convince them this guy was nothing.
Yeah, but if this guy is so relevant, why are you bringing him up?
Exactly.
Completely out of nowhere. I'm not, like, if you want to go watch the episode of Die Hard to get the full context, this mention of Red Bar is completely out of nowhere.
Yes.
Jeff Dye came from wealth. The dumbass doesn't even do his homework. Like, what? Their fans try to troll me like, oh, you know that they're doing an investigation on you, Jeff. Right now, they're talking to Anthony Medina, right? Because they know I went to school with a guy called Anthony Medina.
Docs.
Because I've talked about him in my life. So they found that, and they thought this will make Jeff paranoid because they're going to...
I don't love that. I mean, that's over the line.
No. But, Jeff, you have shown to people that you might be slightly paranoid. So they're going to start doing things to make you even more paranoid. That's how the internet works.
Reacting like this is exactly what they want. So next time, the people that would do that are like, all right, we got them.
People on the internet are putting their nose in the air right now like, I smell a LOLCOW brewing.
Yeah.
There's a LOLCOW brewing.
They're going to call Emily and Greg next, whoever they were.
As far back as trying to get some dirt on Jeff. Anthony Medina died in 2001, you dumb fucks.
Oh, no.
Like, they're trying, like, even the trolls are just so stupid.
Hold on. I'm not positive. Maybe Red Bar completely embarrassed himself with this. Do you think it's possible that was a joke?
Probably.
That Red Bar, that sounds like a typical Red Bar, that he found out the guy died in 2001 and he started saying he was going to interview Anthony Medina.
That's actually pretty funny.
I mean, maybe I'm way out. Guys, let me know in the comment. I don't know the history of Red Bar and Jeff Dye. I didn't do my research, as Jeff said. So maybe I'm way off and Red Bar humiliated himself. But it does sound like a Red Bar bit. I'm going to talk to this guy that's been dead for decades.
Mike, do you do the thing where anyone who died in 2001 for whatever cause, I'm always like, 9/11 got him. Like anyone that died in 2001, 9/11 got him.
Didn't register, but hopefully not. Hopefully he died a regal and prideful death.
grasping for anything. Oh, they're talking to Amber Shoemaker.
Are you saying the cops didn't die prideful deaths in 9/11?
I don't know what I meant by it, really. Maybe hopefully you did, and I didn't know what to say. You put me
343 firefighters, Mike. How dare you? Craigers, get back on here. You're saner than Mike.
Fair, Jeff. Because they've heard me once tell a story with the name Amber Shoemaker. Amber Shoemaker and I haven't...
These people... What's wrong with you? Stop doing that.
Was she married to the Love Meister? That's a Craig Shoemaker joke.
By the way, the Love Master. Yes.
Love Master. Yeah.
By the way, no one should contact these people. It's obviously way over the line. But I can't control these animals. Neither can Ben Avery or anyone. There's people out there looking to do bad shit. So why give them the fuel they need, Jeff?
Jeff, you're giving them social security numbers, like full names, great elocution. Thank you for the information.
Screaming Amber Shoemaker for some reason.
Spoke or talked to each other since 5th grade. She was a girl that was cute in my school, and I just used her name in a story. But that's how little they do the homework. Not only are they failed, shitty comedian streamer guys, but they don't even have their insults correct to insult me.
And they, like I said, I think they is an attack on Ben Avery because, like I said, Red Bar has been gone. I don't even know why he brought him up. So I think that's misplaced anger coming out at Ben Avery. But Ben, if you're watching this, clearly you're not in Jeff's head. You don't bother him at all. So you might as well give up. It's not working.
It's hilarious.
Shout out to the Lemonheads out there. I saw you in the comments. I'd love to have Ben Avery on. I don't know how to contact him necessarily, but Ben Avery I think would be a good guest on the program. I fucked up. I guess there was a controversy with Joke World and Ben Avery. I think it's a bit of a joke, but something about the voting for Joke World's March Madness or something. I didn't know about it beforehand, so I didn't ask Joke World about it, but I wish I did.
Oh, no. All right. Well, some super chats here. Electra, if you're around.
Yep. Hey, we're listening here. I heard that Craig likes Mark 6 and Matthew 8, but he's not a fan of Judges.
That is a good joke. That's a funny joke. Not that it's true. Cleared of all charges.
Voltaire, on which day of being a Christian did Brand get the idea to write a book? Day 8? I think we already read that one.
We did. I think we did.
It was too good. We had to read it again. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Keith Richards Liver 69. What is Craig doing right now?
I explained it at the beginning of the show in a very powerful speech.
Quick program note. After unboxing Eric today, which is after the Blind Mike project, there will be a airing of Craig's new Very Good Chow, and it will be clam chowder. Thank you.
Is that an exclusive?
No, it's going to be on his channel.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but we just put it in order so we could lock you in all day with Blind Mike producers.
That's very exciting.
It is. I told him to make me some vegetarian stuff. He said, "You're a fag." And that was the end of the conversation.
Okay.
So.
That is so classic.
It is.
Really got you.
Go ahead, Electra.
Keith Richards Liver 69. Face Off is a stupid answer. Team Stanley Godspeed.
I didn't care. I don't know if I've ever seen any of them.
Oh, Con Air. We got to do a Con Air watch along.
Con Air, I think I've seen.
Yeah, it's got Buscemi. It's got Ving Rhames.
I don't remember it though.
That's a good one. A few more here, Mike, and we'll get to
DZD93. A movement implies like-minded people working together for a common goal. That's not individualistic at all. It's the exact opposite.
What a great point. Holy shit.
It's the complete opposite. A movement of individuals. Literally nothing.
Just confusing his audience right out of the gate. Here, speaking of Kill Tony.
Dave Sarah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Mike, you want to go first?
I didn't know. He said, speaking of Kill Tony, I thought he was setting me up for the next topic. So I was like,
no, I was setting Electra.
Okay.
Because it's Dave Sarah for $2. Come on, guys. People are just people. Jeff Dye.
Pretty much.
It's powerful stuff, Jeff.
Have you seen Dave Sarah's minute on Kill Tony yet?
I mean, if I have, I'm not aware of it.
Dave, send it to me. I want to send it to Mike.
Our friend Austin Ingalls was on the show again. I don't believe it's come out yet.
Oh,
he was
nice.
on. Yes.
We don't talk about him anymore, but I did talk to one of our former friends, David Collins, and he did mention to
What's
Austin
the next
Eagles.
one?
Sorry.
I'm listening here. Die killed Jeffomania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what people were calling it afterwards.
All right, Mike. Speaking of awkward and quiet, the fighter and the kid.
All right.
Wait, we have one more. Can I read one more?
Oh yeah.
Please.
Here it is. Okay, at Principled Uncertainty.
Yes.
Casey, I'm putting it up right now.
Okay.
What are you doing? Sorry, Principled Uncertainty
Oh, yeah.
celebrates 6 months of membership. The Onion is embarrassed by their much edgier early material and tried too hard to be politically safe.
Principled uncertainty. It's not you that I'm perplexed by. Just so you know, it's that Electra did that. Like there was breaking news. Like
No.
Oh, I just want to confirm. A second plane has hit the tower.
Sorry.
We believe that we're
posted
under
it.
attack. We have reason to believe that this is a terrorist attack now.
Sorry,
Back
he
to you
posted it
guys.
a while ago, and I wanted to make sure it got read because he mentioned in chat that it didn't get read, and so.
Thank you, Electra. Also,
Look
Mike,
it
you ever
out.
see Swordfish? It's a great movie.
Yeah. That I've seen.
Also, that wasn't Electra's fault. That was my fault because I was putting it up and she was putting it up, and we were sort of fighting there. We were dancing. So, my fault, Electra.
On your A games today, you two.
We took time off. Leave us alone.
Good to have you back.
All right. Time for some fighter and the kid.
I mean that, by the way. Good to have you back. Anyways, let's move on. Fighter and the Kid. Brendan Schaub and Bryan Callen. The podcast is like unraveling, but
yes, ours or theirs.
But they only, They only address it privately. Like, so last week we covered Brendan Schaub on Patreon saying, "Listen, me and Bryan, we're done. we don't talk to each other anymore. We don't have a lot in common anymore. I think Bryan should go down to once a week. I don't think he's interested in the podcast anymore." And then he gets in an argument with Chin where he's like, "Listen, guys Bryan's age aren't even capable of podcasting." That's the argument they get in. So this week, I'm like, all right, here we go. There's going to be fireworks on the Fighter and the Kid. Let's hear how Monday's episode starts when these two reunite after a week apart.
This is gross.
And I want to just say, after 13 years, I come here and it doesn't. Sometimes I just am looking forward to shooting the shit.
Oh, good, pal.
Sitting down.
Hold on. Is Callen trolling Schaub? Like, literally, Callen sits down and is like, after 13 years. And you think he's about to say, "It's sad to announce that the Fighter and Kid is coming." And instead, he's like, after 13 years, there's some things I just love. And that's coming here. And Brendan's like, "Absolutely, man. Me too. Totally." You're right. This is gross, where it's legitimately like Brendan is talking to Chin and he's like, just Callen doesn't have it anymore, man. Like he just didn't have any motivation and he doesn't want to do the podcast. Hey, Bryan, my man, sit down, buddy. We've been waiting for you. Oh, you're gonna hit the bathroom real quick? Go ahead, buddy. Like I was saying, this guy has been fucking
And then he comes out of the bathroom and he sits down and he goes, "I love you all." And we're all listening like, Jesus Christ, man.
If you think I'm exaggerating, listen to what Brendan says after Bryan says how happy he is to be there.
With, just guys talking.
Coming here with a thick head of hair. What's going on?
By the way.
Hey, I didn't want to say anything because I don't want to take the wind out of your sails.
Yeah.
You look thinner.
Okay, so.
Now you might be.
No, that's
no,
fine.
hold on. No, but I'm in my head. I'm like, hey, maybe just put
Hold on a
on.
second. I'm sorry, Chin. Who invited Brad Pitt's younger brother here today?
Some slurping.
You are looking like a snack, my man. Scrumptious.
Oh, back to the bathroom. He's ugly as fuck. Holy shit, you see his head? All right, back. Oh, you're beautiful. Jesus Christ, Brendan.
I'm like,
No, Daddy's
lean
thinner.
mass.
Daddy's lost some weight.
Oh, have you?
Daddy lost 5 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say you look thinner.
Real pounds.
5 looks like 15, man. You've never looked more trim.
Bryan's about to lose 200 pounds.
Go back and watch. If you missed it, go back and watch the segment we did last week, where Brendan is literally saying like, nah, that's about it on the podcast. Bryan doesn't care anymore. He doesn't have it in him. And then Bryan comes in either totally oblivious to what Brendan has been saying or completely aware and passive-aggressively calling him out. Is that possible?
Yes.
Maybe
probable more than probable.
Maybe he's just completely calling him out, but like this passive-aggressive thing, it's weird. Radio guys would do it all the time. Like every radio do. Opie and Anthony, obviously. Mike and the Mad Dog. They would have these passive-aggressive relationships. And you don't hear about it quite as often as in podcasting because a lot of these guys that start podcasts together were genuine friends when they started. But I mean, still, like tensions arise and they grow apart, whatever. But the fighter and the kid seems like, I mean, and I'm just basing off what Brendan said. Brendan said they've grown apart. And then when they're together, it's this completely passive aggressive, like, you're the man. No, you're the man. Like, who is that for if you're going to admit the truth to us on your Patreon?
Bryan's special is the next one.
Okay, so I can't even really remember how it came up. Kind of I guess just talking about the ideas of getting online hate. And then Bryan launches into people who talked about his special. Now, we talked about his special. I'd like to take credit for this, but we're certainly not the only ones. You know, a lot of people felt like False Gods was a swing and a miss. Now, if you remember, Bryan was promoting this like, guys, are you ready to think for the first time in your lives? Because this special isn't just going to make you laugh. It's going to make you think. Like he said it was his best work ever. You know, the stuff people always do when they promote their specials. There was never an ounce of like, yeah, I'm not really confident in it, but here it is. Here's some horse shit I recorded. But now that the narrative has changed a little bit, and Bryan attempts to have perspective, but it seems a little false. Gods.
Dude, it's like
not really what we do.
People make videos on my special and how it's shitty it is. And I'm like this. I'm like,
texted me and you go,
I'm like, hey, fuckface. I love how they think I don't say that about myself. Like, oh, are you telling me you don't like my special? Join the fucking club, you loser. I feel the same way, but worse.
Did he say
off.
he sent you the
Hold on, why are you angry about it then?
I think he's talking to you directly, Mike.
If I'm right, and Podcast Cringe and all these other channels that talked about his special, if we're all right, what makes us losers? Like, if you say the same stuff, why are we losing? You put it out for us, for the public. We consumed it and reviewed it and talked about it. And by the way, up on YouTube now, breaking down Bryan Callen's False Gods on this very YouTube channel if you haven't seen it. Wait till the end. I highly suggest you make it through all the way to the end. Don't skip ahead. Make sure you watch all the way through because the ending is a real payoff if you haven't seen it yet. But like, here's what guys like Bryan and Brendan never understand, and Jeff Dye that we were just talking about. A lot of these people that we cover never seem to understand this. I don't hate Bryan for making that special. Now, to be fair, some people seem like they do. We talked about that in the first segment with that girl Erin on Legion of Skanks. So there are some people that get overly nasty, but I think the vast majority of us are like, ha, False Gods, that ending was pretty horrible, huh? Anyways, like we move on with our lives. It's not that big a deal. We'll make fun of it. We have fun doing it. We're not obsessed with it. It's not as much in our heads as it is yours. But listen to what Bryan says about certain people's commentary of his special.
The clip?
No,
he just texted me. No, he texted me.
I was like, Jesus, I'm just a comic. I'm pretty good at comedy. And people are like, we hate you. But there's so many people. I'm like, you fucking die, you piece of shit. I'm like, really?
Who? And now maybe he's reading every single comment. I've not seen anyone be like, die, you piece of shit, or we hate you. I know we certainly didn't say that. For the first 40 minutes of it, we were like, this is like whatever. Yeah, I didn't think it was good, but I was like, this is not as bad as people are saying. And then the end really hooks you in.
I could see if like you had a dying, say your father was passing and he had mere hours to live, and you spent a few of those hours watching that special, and then there might be some anger built up.
Yeah, hey, fuck you, but misplaced. Sure, It's not Brian's fault, but I can see being like, hey, fuck you, Brian. Although,
My dad died to Apple, you bastard.
I do have to give Brian a little grace. Now, what I would say is don't read every comment, but I have to give Brian a little grace and say there are people, like we talked about in the first segment today, that do get very worked up, and text is usually not the best form to get tone across. So I do get Brian's insecure about this special, and he's reading comments like, fuck you. But no one said, we hope you die. No one said you're the worst person in the world. Like, that's just not the case. Are people overly critical of it? Sure. You could even argue we went, I was about to try to let myself in there. I really don't think we did. I really don't think we did.
You're a perfect little boy.
Thanks.
Yes.
Really? Fucking, first of all, again, I'm way more critical, so you're not saying anything. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
but
everything
also,
else comes to something.
It wasn't a competition. I wasn't like, I can only talk for myself. I'm sure he's addressing much larger channels than mine. But from my perspective, I was never like, I bet I'm going to be way more critical than Brian's ever been of himself. But now my question would be, if you hated it as much as we all did, why in God's name did you put it out? And much worse, promote it. Why did you tell people about this if you felt the way we did? I think, and this doesn't make you a bad guy, Brian. Some other allegations about you might make you a bad guy, but not this one. I think it was the douchiest ending and the cringiest ending I've ever seen on any comedy special that I can think of. And if you can come up with one that rivals it, I'm willing to have the discussion. But for me, that's the top. That doesn't make you a criminal. It doesn't mean I want you locked up. I don't want you to leave this earth or anything. It's fine. People make bad specials. I enjoy when people make bad specials because I get to laugh at them. I laugh at them as hard as I do great specials sometimes.
You know what's better than a good special? A bad special.
Very often, yeah. It can be a lot of fun. Put it this way. We don't have a lot of like on Why Are You Laughing? I break down specials I love. Our breakdown of Killing Them Softly, there's not a ton of laughs. But on the breakdown of Bryan Callen special, we're hooting and hollering. It's a blast.
You've said in a mirror at some point.
Look, exactly. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, look, you're just.
You seem pretty heated about it.
yeah.
Which encourages them to make more.
He texts me and he goes, "I made the mistake of looking at looking
Brian?
my name up."
Yeah, he sent me the same thing. I was like, "Oh, buddy, don't.
Don't go down that rabbit hole."
I like Brendan telling him that. Oh, yes. Buddy, what are you doing? Brendan's literally still entangled in a lawsuit because he watched too many of those videos.
I just heard the cry of thousands of homeless cats when he said that. Like, what?
People are such shitheads.
Yeah, if you're looking for
everybody too.
If you're looking for a positive, no, that ain't it.
Yeah, I mean anybody who's trying out there. And but what's this deal with coming after comics? Like, you sit around thinking of ways to make people laugh, and apparently you're the worst person in the world. Like,
no one thinks you're the. Now again, if Brian is guilty of some other things, then maybe he's in that category. But no one thinks making false gods makes you the worst person in the world. No one says, and if there are comments saying that, they're being sarcastic. They're being hyperbolic. They're being shitheads, even, you could say. But no one means it. He's like, Brian's actually asking, what makes me the worst person in the world? Nothing. You made a piece of art that I'm sure some people really liked, but not most comedy fans is all. That's the only issue. It's not that big a deal, Brian. Don't take it so seriously.
What you did was actually harder to achieve than just an okay comedy special. We will be talking about that ending for decades. That's like, you accomplished something, Brian.
And by the way, I always try to be clear. Maybe other people aren't, but I always try to be clear. I couldn't do an hour comedy special. Like, I couldn't make a good hour comedy special, but I can also tell you what the good ones are and what the bad ones are. I don't think you need to make something, like I say about SportsCenter. You can criticize a guy having a shitty year and also not be capable of playing in the NFL. Like that, both are perfectly fine.
Mina Kimes knows her shit. Also, the greatest hitting instructors in baseball were like 110 averages when they played, but they're so good at seeing it in others that they can get a performance increase out of other players. So yeah, if you're fake it until you make it, and then you go into teaching.
I like that Mina Kimes was your example, but
I love Mina Kimes, but she's from Washington, so I can't really love her. But yeah, give me some Mina Kimes any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Interesting.
Literally, you could watch football with her and bang her on Sunday. Mina Kimes, America's #1 lady. That's just a side to us. Anyway.
Actually find so many of the things that people...
I don't like that you have the clips, because I would have loved to have you sit there. I would have sat here for 40 minutes.
I would have been a Russell Brand silence for 20 seconds. Let me find the page. Hold on.
Say so funny. Like the fact that
if it's not about you, well, but also sometimes it is
about
funny.
me.
Yeah, sometimes it's funny.
Yes, sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's funny. Should be the next Brendan Schaub special.
That is amazing. Mike, there were days that were better, though. There were days that this animosity wasn't around. Better days in the past.
Yes. So then we flash forward to Thursday, which I was like, remember when Brendan was like, Brian's only going to be on once a week because he doesn't have the stamina to... But sure enough, Brian was on the Thursday show as well. And they talk about the good old days, right?
Yep, good old days. Here we go.
Yeah, Red Band's great. Yeah, Kill Tony going.
Hey, he got the
Fox, man. That's a big move.
Huge move.
For Netflix, that live viewership, stuff.
If we did a count of the people that have been on this show that were not famous or barely like on the edge of being like famous to where they blew up huge, it is freaking mind-boggling. I wish someone put
This is crazy. Hold on. Listen to what Chin is saying.
Okay.
The people that blew up after being on The Fighter and the Kid. Now, technically, is this true? Yes. It is technically true that all the Schultz, Shane Gillis, Tim Dillon, Tony, Theo, all these guys that are really famous now were on The Fighter and the Kid when they were less famous. But listen, let me hear that again. Chin seems to be suggesting, and by the way, I know he was suggesting this because he had a meltdown on Patreon about it. Unique covered it, that he got in the comments saying, "That's not what I was saying," which is always how you know when a guy was actually saying something. But listen to what he's saying here. Is he saying that The Fighter and the Kid launched them on a path to stardom?
Of the people that have been on this show that were not famous or barely like on the edge of being like famous to where they blew up huge, it is freaking mind-boggling. I wish someone would put something together. Someone would put something together. How many people?
Wish we had a producer around here. What the fuck?
If I was like, hey, man, I'd love to hear the rest of this Fighter and the Kid clip in case he was just like, yeah, no, that'd be awesome if we could hear it.
Imagine if we had the technology, Mike.
That's a great point. I wish someone could put together. You're the producer, you jackass. You do it.
And it's your idea that you're having right now.
Somebody get a sponge.
People came in on the Fighter and the Kid when I had more followers. Me, the producer, had more followers on Instagram.
I know.
And then they just skyrocketed into crazy fame.
I know. Crazy.
Pretty wild, man.
A lot.
I think this
a lot
has
of its
to be
opportunity too. It's like that was a time.
I interviewed Shane Gillis and Mark Normand before they were super famous. I don't think there's a correlation.
No, that's the reason. That's the reason.
I don't think it's like, yeah, you look at them and they're on Protect Our Parks now. I mean, those are inarguable facts.
Mike, if we just had a person to cut those clips of you and Shane Gillis. Damn it.
It's not possible.
Time when everyone's around and up and coming, and there wasn't as many podcasts, and we're kind of the flagship podcast.
Doesn't matter.
No, I'm just saying that's what.
Whoa. I want to hear what Chin is arguing again, so go back a little bit again. But Brendan is calling them the flagship podcast. I don't think that's... They were big. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay. Like, they were big at the start of sort of the podcasting craze. They were very successful. But they were not the only ones, certainly.
That's its opportunity
you don't think
too.
Of them, sorry. You don't think of them in the pantheon of Corolla, Rogan, WTF, Bill Burr. Like, you don't think of The Fighter and the Kid as innovating podcasts. Like, they were very early, and that's thanks to Joe Rogan. Thanks, or, to society's detriment, however you look at it.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
It's like that was a time when everyone's around and up and coming, and there wasn't as many podcasts, and we're kind of the flagship podcast.
Doesn't matter.
No, I'm just saying that's what it was,
Doesn't matter. What do you mean doesn't matter? No, Brendan is right. He's like, hey, we were around, so we had an opportunity to have all these like talented guests on. Shin's like, no, we made them. Don't you get it?
Yeah.
What is Shin right here?
They sat in that chair.
Oh, it's true.
It's like,
yeah, it's
if you
wild.
really think about it, it's fucking crazy.
The biggest one might be Jelly Roll.
Jelly's a huge one. Yeah,
when I went to Nashville, I had to
responsible for Jelly Roll. I mean, yeah, it's crazy, but it's no crazier than the guests that have been on every comedy podcast. Like Legion of Skanks, I can name you all these same people: Andrew Schultz, Tim Dillon, Shane Gillis. Mark Norman. They've all been on all these shows. Like, it's no crazier. Chin's acting like, holy shit, we had comedians on a podcast. The only one I will give you is Jelly Roll, where it's like, well, that's a unique guest. Although he went on a bunch of he went on Theo Vaughn and Rogan and all the Bert at the same time.
I think what the producer is saying here subtly is, why will no one book us? No one comes on our show anymore. Do you remember he used to come on our show? What happened?
I wish someone would book guests for the show.
I think that's what he's hinting at. Like, where Shane Gillis was in that chair, now it's empty. It's just dust on it. What happened?
I thought they moved to Austin for that reason. Like, to get bigger guests on the show now, because all their friends moved to Austin. So I thought that's why they moved. But they haven't had barely any comedians on since they've been there.
No, just the pricing, the house pricing is what the tax situation.
Yeah.
They wouldn't put them like Bussin' with the Boys with Will and Taylor. Like, I was like, I'll do your show, but you have to have Jelly Roll on. And then when I was doing press for my shows, I'm going to the radio stations, and I was like, I'll do it, but you have to have Jelly Roll on. Like, they wouldn't have him on air at the time.
Wait.
They're like,
Does anyone know if this is true?
We're going to have to CTE check this.
Jelly Roll was unable to do press until Brendan. I don't want to be too critical because I don't know the answer. If true, good for you, Brendan. That's a nice guy move to help a friend out. I just have a hard time believing that Jelly Roll wouldn't have had a career if it wasn't for Brendan Schaub. He's I don't love his music, but he's like massively famous now.
Mm-hmm. And less massive.
That's all thanks to Brendan Schaub.
Mm-hmm. Really talk to him about those macronutrients.
Boy, like I said, good for him if that's true. I don't know enough to verify it. So,
like, no, we're good. I'm not.
I wish we had someone that could check that for us.
I know, a producer around here, someone could look it up, Google. Someday.
It didn't even. I really enjoyed that because it didn't even dawn on me when I was. He was like, "Yeah, could anyone cut clips around here?"
That producer, I don't know him, but he's been around a long time, and he's like, "I ain't doing that shit."
Not coming, and then they allowed Jelly to do it. Now, I think they would suck him off to come on.
Jelly's like, yeah,
he's on fucking American Idol.
And by the way, Jelly is the number one guy to always shout out the show, and you guys too. Like, he's the shit, dude.
Yeah, Jelly's the man.
He doesn't forget anything.
Nope. Everybody, he's awesome.
Kind of a subtle shot at everyone else. Everyone else forgot. Yeah. When Shane's hosting the Netflix roast next week, he's supposed to say, "And shout out to the Fighter and the Kid. I wouldn't be here without you guys." Like, what are people supposed to do? You guys had them on your podcast, and by the way, all those guests. Here's the benefit of having guests on your podcast: they bring eyeballs to you. Like, I knew of the Fighter and the Kid even when they just start, before I thought of Brendan Schaub as a joke. If Tim Dillon was on that podcast, I would listen because Tim Dillon was on, not because of them. So, like, this idea that they made all these guests is just, it's delusional and self-centered and unfair to all their success, by the way.
I'm getting that vibe. You get off those dudes in your hometown that were like real good in high school football, and they're talking about it at the bar. Like, oh my God, remember when we fucked that cheerleader? High five.
And to their credit, they will handle it kind of funny-ish in a second, where like they are. You can tell they're bummed that everyone passed them by in comedy. Like all their peers or even people they were well ahead of just zoomed by them. Like when not the Fighter and the Kid, the King and the Sting, when that started with Theo Von and Brendan Schaub was the draw.
Mm-hmm.
Like Theo had a little bit of a name in comedy, and he'd done some like reality TV. Like he was around, but Theo Von was not famous. And now Theo Von is really famous. So these guys feel like they're owed something from all these people because they had them on their podcast. Not saying that that's what they should say is that was a symbiotic relationship. We got those people a lot of attention, and they brought us attention as well. And we squandered the attention they brought us. What they're ignoring is the Fighter and the Kid got massive attention. And almost universally, comedy fans were like, no, thank you. We're not interested.
All right, what do you got, Jen?
All right, let's see.
I just lost some energy in my body.
Why?
Why?
No, I was just thinking about that.
About that?
Why? That's a
great point, because Bryan is really what you're saying is true, but Bryan's really the one that had everyone go by him and everything pass him. Why he got cemented to this fucking numbskull, you know?
Just thinking about the old times, man.
What it could have been a contender.
Him and Rogan were equals. Like him and Rogan came up together, young actors and stand-up, good-looking guys. And by the way, Bryan had a lot of Bryan was in Hollywood. He was like that guy that you've seen in a bunch of comedies. He was in The Hangover and Old School and a bunch of TV shows like that as well. Like not the star of anything, but you're always like, oh, that guy, I know him. Mad TV he was on. So he was always around and like successful by a lot of standards. And he just cannot get over that. Like it's kind of done. Like this is what he does now. He does whatever his stand-up gigs are and this podcast, and that's kind of where he's slated forever. Now you could like work to get out of that, or you could just keep doing podcasts. How many times have we covered The Fighter and the Kid where they're like, oh man, remember when everyone loved us?
Yes, that seems to be the show.
Those were the fucking days, man.
Wait, do they do something else? That's all I've ever seen.
Right.
Good thing, what do you want to have happen?
Nothing.
What do you think?
Nothing. I just think it's good.
But my thing is
I just
they don't owe us anything.
No.
They're helping us
I'm
out.
not saying they owe us anything. I'm saying
Brendan, finally
get
they don't owe you anything.
13 years late, but here we are, finally at the finish line.
Bummed out a little bit sometimes. I'm like, I wanna figure out a way to kind of recharge things a little bit. You know,
Those days are over.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
How long do you think it's been?
We're finished. We're going to keep just playing out the strings here. We're going to keep going through the motions on this podcast. It's like, guys, the mics are on. Stop.
Yes. Guaranteed contracts.
We're just going to keep, hawking this horse shit at the wall and hoping these rubes lap it up. No, guys, wait. I wish there was someone to turn these mics off.
I love that Bryan had just an iota of hope. Maybe we'll have a second win, and Brendan's like, nope, it's over. We're
Give
done.
up, man. What's wrong with you? Just give up.
And go on.
Long time.
We've been going for fucking ever,
run.
Bubba.
Long run.
Are you gonna watch Friends 15 years? No, fuck no.
Yeah.
There's not enough content.
Let's start a fucking sitcom.
Well, Friends.
Gonna watch Friends for 15 years. People still watch Friends, yes.
Friends ended. No, but honestly, if it was on, people would still watch. A lot less of them. And then every once in a while, you'd check in and go, Jesus, Jennifer Aniston's still doing this? This is crazy. Doesn't make any sense.
Brendan is going to show up and sit in that chair until there is no check to pay for his drugs. He is going every day.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not interested by a podcast that's central focus seems to be, man, how could we be successful again? but just like, and if it's that unsuccessful that it's making you guys unhappy, end it. I can't. If I was a fan of this show, it would annoy me so much that they're constantly like, we still have to throw out this slop for these retards that are still here. These 20,000 people that still watch. It's like, that's something. They're obviously making a living. Like, put effort into it, and those people will still enjoy it. And then maybe some people will be like, hey, the fighter and the kid was really good this week instead of this.
The level of give up is old folks' home. They've given up. All their friends are dead. Their wife's gone. Kids don't talk to them anymore. They don't care.
It's crazy. They're doing the reverse of what they should be doing. The podcast should be Brendan being like, hey, I can tell you've given up. I think we've grown apart. We don't have as much to talk about. I think you don't want to be here. I think you're afraid that everyone's thinking about your cancellation all the time. And hearing Bryan's response to that would be interesting. Mm-hmm. And then on the Patreon, they can be like, remember the good old days? I don't remember. Remember when? Save it for the Patreon. Instead, he's doing the reverse, where the most interesting thing is done without Bryan. And the interesting thing, they're pretending like everything's fine. It's weird.
Brendan broke Bryan in such a profound way that it should be studied by universities across this land.
Yes, but also what really fucked Bryan was getting canceled. Again, I don't know.
Me too.
I don't know if it was rightfully so or not. Mm-hmm. I've heard mixed reviews, but Bryan getting canceled like completely halted any like he's just not acting anymore. I don't know. Maybe he could now. I doubt it. I just think it wouldn't be worth it for studios to hire him, probably. But like he kind of just gave up after that. He was just like, I guess I'm done, and I'm stuck with this show because it's the only one that'll have me.
You got it. He says Shab's was it consolation prize?
Yeah.
I got it up.
There's different chapters. I mean,
different chapters.
The amount of amazing things that happen just right now. If it was like you guys said before, you call it quits today, you've accomplished more than most people could ever even imagine.
If there's a podcast Hall of Fame, we're in.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Why? Because you were early?
We were first. Let us in.
I will say, I bet people are going to correct me on this, but feel free to. Just be nice about it. I'm admitting I could be wrong. But I will say, a lot of people, I think they were the first to have this model, and a lot of people ripped that off. A lot of people copied maybe they're not first, and you guys will correct me. But the fighter and comedian or personality thing was done a lot after them, and I don't know that it was done before them. And athletes having a podcast where they were very early to that. I don't know that they were the first, but they were very early. So I guess like if that's what they're talking about, but like if Jackie Robinson hit 230, we wouldn't have a day for him.
Yes. Yes.
First dynamic duo.
Yeah, you started it all.
Yeah. I was the first athlete to ever have a pod. We're the first dynamic duo.
Crazy.
First comic athlete.
Whoa. First dynamic duo might be a stretch. You're telling me two people weren't podcasting together before these two?
I'm sure there was many people that were podcasting before.
I'll need to do a deep dive on the exact order of events. 2013, there weren't two men podcasting together?
Nope. Never been done before.
Didn't even realize how big we were and the influence we had.
No idea.
That's why people that have huge podcasts now will come back and like, you guys inspired us to do this, and they're like freaking out being next to you guys. It's so cool.
Gotta give it up for Chin. He really gasses up the talent. You guys, Mike, you're fantastic, Mike.
I'm so uncomfortable when you say things like that to me. I'm like, I know what you're doing. Just leave me alone.
Okay, now I'm starting to see.
Cool. That is cool. Yeah. But no, as far as like you can't chase those days.
No.
That's what you got to learn. Like,
but let's keep trying.
You can't chase those.
No,
days.
That's what it's.
Brendan's like, I've given up. Meet me here without hope.
Yes, he is. utterly hopeless and devoid of any sort of future. I love this, Brendan.
Poor guy.
Time for a new comedy special, Brendan. You're about depressed as you need to be a stand-up comedian. Congratulations.
It does. I will say, if I'm trying to put myself in their shoes, excuse me, the idea of having that success and not being able to recapture it, and also your peers being very successful, that does have to be tough because that's the world they live in. It is easier for me to be like, hey, you guys have more views than me. Well, that's pretty good, right? You know, like, it's easier for me to look at them and be like, you know, just be happy with what you have. But the world they live in, I do get it must suck that a lot of those guys pass them by. I just don't think they've done this thing where they're like fake accountable for a lot of their foibles, a lot of their downfalls. Like they say like, oh, we shouldn't have called Bobby Lee and threatened him. That was really where they started to lose a lot of people, when they both called Bobby Lee and like physically threatened, like, or intimidated him, because they thought Kalila was behind some Reddit thing. And that when Bobby Lee exposed that, which is good for him for saying it, people were kind of like, oh, fuck these guys. And now once people turned on them for that, they were like, oh, we shouldn't have done that. And it's like, yeah, but people can see through that. There's a big difference between learning your lesson and saying what you think will get people to stop criticizing you. And that's the part that these two are like removed. They can't ever figure that out, really. It seems they do a lot of thinking on why people don't like them, but they've never cracked the code.
Yeah, the two thinkers. That's what I think when I look at these two guys.
Yeah.
Classic thinkers.
Hey,
it's different.
Yeah, turn the page, baby.
But yeah,
speaking of turn the pages.
No, we're Titanic.
No, Titanic sank, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Brendan is he is cackling. His mouth is wide open, laughing very hard. Mike can't see that.
Poor guy, laughing the pain away.
Yes.
Had some mishaps.
We're Titanic.
Had
You
some
know,
mishaps.
where it was fucking popping, man. Everyone would be there, and everyone gets on, and then that bitch sinks. That bitch sinks. And hey, and you know what? We're going down with the ship, baby.
Still got a
Hey,
little-
that water's cold.
Is that the bow I see?
Oh, the bow's still up.
Bow's still up.
But
hey, guys.
But every now and then I go, oh, we're getting close.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
And I go, should I jump on that?
Can we get a life? Is there anybody life raft? Anybody got? No, you guys busy? Ah, it's cool.
We're on the bow, and every now and then I check. I'm like,
there's just a little. Anybody have a dinghy? Yeah, you guys got you busy. All right, it's cool.
No, and then there's just one dinghy for both of us, and every now and then we check out and go, not yet. We can stay on it.
Water's cold. Yeah, water's cold. We'll stay up here.
And then Chin's the captain going down with the ship.
Yeah, we're good. Chin, how's it? You can't hear us. All right. Anybody got a nah? Helicopter with a rope ladder? Nah, it's all right. Sorry. All right.
Hey, Tony, could you toss us that life raft? You're busy? Okay, no, that's stupid. No, the water's not that cold. We're fine. We'll figure it out. You know what? We'll figure it out. Tim Dillon, is that? Oh, can I borrow your oar? Oh, you're using it. Oh, fuck. That's all right. No, you go on. You go on.
He can't hear you. He can't hear you.
I like that they're kind of being self-deprecating, but it's also saying like Tim Dillon, like they built Tim Dillon and Tony Hinchcliffe, and they were abandoned by them. And that's not what happened. I don't know why they view it that way. And as much as I know Jelly Roll owes his entire career to them, but the others, I think, would have been okay without the fighter and the kid. Keep in mind, all these guys went on the Joe Rogan Experience also. Every guest, they're like, we had them before they were famous. You know what other podcast they did that is slightly more successful? If we're talking Hall of Fame in podcasting, I think this one might get in first. The Joe Rogan Experience.
Yes.
Had all these guys on. And by the way, also you two. Like, that's why your podcast was popular, because of Rogan. And again, when people say that, like, oh, Joe Rogan gave these guys a career, fuck him. You should know they're not funny, whatever. Joe Rogan has a lot of people on. A lot of people get success. A lot of people don't. These guys had success, and then people I don't know if I want to be here anymore, and they left. Other people like Tony built success over time. because like he has a level of talent and has an idea of a show that people enjoy. The Fighter and the Kid didn't have that. That's the part that they're missing. Like,
they got to do a show.
They spend a lot of time thinking like, oh, but Tim Dillon is really famous now, and Andrew Schultz is famous now. Why aren't we? They all did shows. They all did stuff to build an audience, and you guys squandered that opportunity.
I think it's Chin. It's Chin. This Chin guy. He never produced their show. He can't cut clips. He's ruined their entire thing. God damn it! Get a producer.
Man, you know what you guys need is someone to produce all your stuff for you. I wish I had.
You guys should have a show with segments and talk about things. I don't know. I just press these buttons back here.
Anyways, done.
Yes.
Theo, we're all out of water.
He can't hear you.
Theo, Theo, we're out of water. I've been drinking Brian's piss.
Got it. Yeah.
You think you could toss it? You need all the water.
Yeah.
I know, but you have 24 kids. Gotcha. Yeah, you never know when you're out there. Okay, we'll wait.
I think we're seeing the beginning of Gringo Poppy 2 right here. This is an act out. I like it. Yeah.
Oh, there goes Rogan in a giant cruise ship. Oh,
he can't hear you.
Rogan!
Hey.
Rogan!
You are on recently, you jackasses. What more can these people do for you?
Nothing.
What do you want from them? Do you just want Theo Vaughn to hand you money? Like what?
Yes.
What is it supposed to do for you? I don't understand really. Like, unless there's something I don't know. Are you asking to be on Theo Vaughn's show and he's refusing to have you? I get that. I get why that would feel isolating. But
Also,
short of that, I don't know what you want.
Also, to have that many talented people in the room and have like no osmosis, it does not transfer at all. That's got to be frustrating. So they're looking at all these just super talent. And then I just came up with this act out with Joe Rogan on a boat going choo-choo.
Yes. Well, that's what they're, other than Rogan, when they were having these people on, Tim Dillon, Theo, Tony, their podcasts were significantly smaller than The Fighter and the Kid. Like, significantly. Like Tony for a while, Kill Tony was like a mid-level podcast, like 50 to 80,000 views an episode. Well, yeah, not bad, certainly. I'd love it. but like a mid-level podcast where Fighter and the Kid were doing the hundreds of thousands of views, and then those not only flipped, but like now those Tony gets millions every week, and all those other podcasts get hundreds of thousands. And they're looking at that like, oh, they stole our viewers. It's like, no, people, you just weren't putting out a product people wanted. I don't know what you expect from them.
We've watched maybe 20 or 30 clips from this show over the time I've been here. I've never watched a show otherwise, and I still have not seen like a segment, a show, a thought that is bigger than...
They talk about their days and fighting at the beginning and then news stories at the end. Like, that's kind of what the podcast is. It used to be a little more shooting the shit with guests, and they stopped booking guests. I guess. The other thing is like, Brendan's like, yeah, Bryan doesn't book guests. I was the only one booking guests. You have a fucking producer.
No, they don't, Mike.
Paying people. Chin's like, yeah, I wish someone could book guests. I don't know.
Yeah, how do you do that? I got these phones back here, but I don't know. Which means Bryan is like, Brendan's like, I'm the only one putting my reputation up, asking our friends to come on the shows. Basically, what he's saying, right?
It's also a bad brand now. It's a joke. Like, it became a joke. The Fighter and the Kid. People think of the subreddit before they think of the actual show. And people think of Brendan's stand-up when they think of him now. Like, it is a bad brand. It's not this misfortune of these two really talented... I'm not saying they're untalented even, but it's not this two completely talented guys that are just accidentally getting diminishing returns over time. That's not what the Fighter and the Kid situation is.
Honk, honk. All right, man. Man, that thing's sweet looking.
Anyway, got each other, buddy.
Yeah.
Weather's good. A little cold.
Oh,
Jesus.
Meanwhile, Brendan is on the Patreon going, yeah, I don't think Bryan's in it anymore. I'm sorry, other way around. Brendan's saying that about Bryan.
We got each other, buddy. I hate this motherfucker.
Each other, buddy. Hey, Bryan, we sure do. Anyways, Chin, lock the doors behind him.
Take his passkey away. Well, let's hope that they keep doing that show forever, Mike. They just talk about how great they were, how they're awful, just forever.
But what's crazy is one day they're going to talk about today. Like, remember when we were getting like 25,000 views an episode? That was awesome. Remember those days?
Remember when people used to watch us on Reddit and make fun of us? Now no one even cares. Just going to keep going until it's just nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, got a few
Yay, super chats.
We'll get out of here. Thank you guys. Thank you, people, for sticking around. Almost 4 hours in here.
Thank you very much. Sorry for going long.
No, that's great. I think we did that Con Air one. Electra, here we go.
Pugcopter, Geno Smith and Craig are both in Mina?
I don't know if I get it, but all right.
I'm thinking hard, but I don't have time to think. Moving on.
Oh.
Okay, tell me. You got it?
I think you pronounced the word a different way.
Mina? M-I-N-A?
Yep.
That's Mina Kimes. Mina.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I thought.
Right. What is Craig in? Go ahead.
Craig in? No,
yeah.
I don't get it.
Mina.
Got it.
Hilarious.
Dang Lizard. Did we have it wrong? Craig was just looking for parents to protest when he was lurking at the playground, or does he protest the parents afterwards?
It seems like well afterwards, once they've deceased.
Yeah, if they're living, no protest. That's a rule.
Yeah, no, the parents of living children he has no issue with.
Well, he does, but he's not going to protest.
True. He thinks they're too nosy.
Stay out of our business.
Ebony, Callen's Me Too allegations and the world waking up to how dull and dumb Brendan is means this truly should be renamed The Has Been and The Never Was.
It's not quite as catchy, but sure.
And Mike, those are our super chats. Thank you guys for the super chats.
It has been a long one. I apologize for going. People are expecting. People like wrap it up here. I want to see unboxing Eric, so I apologize. But you'll get it right after this. Stick around, and they'll be live in mere moments, I assume, yes?
Yes. Go to HackRideStudios.com to find the link, or just stay and chat, because it will transfer. And go to thegreatblindmike.net.
By the way, Electra, earlier I made a joke. Lewis's girlfriend's like 24 years old, and I made a joke about you being too old for Lewis. I tell you took it as me calling you old, and it's been in my head all day.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh, no.
Perfectly ripe and supple for a guy like me. It was a joke about Lewis.
No, I didn't even take it personal. Don't even worry about that.
Right after that, Mike, we didn't.
People say I'm too mean to you.
Not at all.
Okay.
I deserve all of it anyways.
It's called negging, and no, it's fine.
That's right.
But right after that, Lewis did mention in a chat we didn't read, he said, Electra trying to get to Bahamas.
And then Electra trying to get Jamaica. I was like,
or Jamaica, sorry.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Yes.
We know what that means.
Yes.
What does that mean? I really don't know.
He takes a lot of his women to Jamaica. It's a common place that Lewis travels.
Oh, does he? Oh, okay. So, all right.
He may be sitting on his face soon, which is nice. But yes, young and beautiful and number 5 in the Dabbleverse, Mike. Amazing. Yes. The great DJ Electra. Go to DJElectrafry.com.
Correct.
That's right. And one more thing, Mike. After our show, we got the great Krager's on Very Good Chow debuting Clam Chowder. That's right, all over himself. Good little Krager's.
Very exciting. That is, of course, unless there is an atrocity at a pool or playground or youth soccer game.
Then all is canceled.
And they'll be too busy. But
yes. All right, and then go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike, and that's it. Mike, great job today.
Go check out, by the way, I should have mentioned this earlier. I did an interview with Joke World. Go check that out. I posted it this week, and I enjoyed talking to him. I thought it was fun. And the next Why Are You Laughing will be about Jim Norton. It's our 200th episode. Ooh. So celebrate that. Become a member if you're interested. Otherwise, it'll all be up for free. Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
And we have a meme transition.
Hey, it's Boogie. Sappers through the way, everyone up. Now, this is very interesting tip. Now, really, ladies, if you're listening, and men, and everybody in between.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide. I hope to hear from you soon.
I am proud to own the Trumpy Bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Put it in the outro.
Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always,
There's no cum on my mic.
rock on.
Stop the baloney, huh? What kind of statement is that?
I wrote it.
One of my favorite players to cover when he was here was Mike Vrabel. Tell me Mike Vrabel's story.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Piss on him.
Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. All right.
Stop! My belly hurts.
My dad was in the military.
Was that, sir?
Can you please kindly F off, please?
If a person is on a bridge, threatening to jump, how do we know that he wants help?
Okay, I hope nothing bad happened.
Money, 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 money. Fuck, please.
Anyway, God bless America.
Put it in the outro.